Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard. Fans. Bombshells also out here showing. Ooh, I just hit the curb hard.
Hey y'all. So I've been fucking with this mic. I am not tech savvy, which is part of the reason why we're not on the PC right now. The mic works, but I can't hear audio if I have the mic plugged in. And I'm not like tech savvy. I don't know nothing about anything. So I'm gonna have to watch some videos or some shit and try to figure this shit out. Hey Norkel. Hey T. Hey Dr. Chicken Biscuits. Hey Ronnie. David. Ken. Fuck off, Ken. Hey Rebecca. I don't know if I need like headphones, like because it has a headphone jack in the side of the mic. I don't fucking know. I'll look into it later. It was like a last minute thing I was gonna try to throw on here in case like a plane came by. I could just mute it real quick because it's got the little mute button at the top. But fuck it. We'll do the same old dumb shit we usually do. Yo, Dr. Chicken Biscuits, have you seen the little clip that What's His Nuts uploaded? Me too. Me too, T. She cracks me the fuck up. I almost made a post saying like I refuse to go live again until Lady Bathrick is on panel with me. Fuck that shit. Controlla. She's been doing black screen for a couple of weeks now, and she made like a little appearance earlier today, I guess, or maybe yesterday. I don't know. I just seen the clip today, but she looks like, and T summed it up perfectly. She looks like a grease ball. Yeah, T. Don't worry. When I have the so I decided I'm going to do the dog's room, and I'm gonna get like the little it's like a soundproof curtain and the little acoustic paneling and shit like that. So no more planes. Soon, soon. Oh, thank you, NorCal. If you could, I miss her. She cracks me the fuck up. I wish she would go live. So yeah, T summed it up perfectly. She looks like a grease ball, like a straight up. Yo, check this shit out. She keeps saying, I seriously haven't been watching anything but like small clips, like maybe a minute or so long. In one of them, she said something like, "Oh, I got my my curl pattern back. Maybe it was a screenshot of a community post or something that she made. I don't even remember at this point, but it was something along the lines of she got her curl pattern back, and literally it's like scrunchy. Her hair's like scrunched, like you know how you get out of the shower, your hair's wet, you put a little mousse in it, you kind of scrunch it with your hands, use a little diffuser, that type of shit. That's what she did to her hair. And now she's out here talking about, oh, I got my curl pattern back. Oh my gosh, this bitch. Oh, she has me dying all the time. I can't even help it. Oh, and that famous new line. I am the victim in this matter. Oh shit. Hey Shao. I haven't seen you in a while. No, it's not curls, D. It's literally not curls. That's not curls, sis. Do you know what a curl is? Oh my gosh. She cracks me up. She cracks me the fuck up. I can't help it. Shit's hilarious. They want me to sit her over the weekend so dude may lose his mind. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Hold on, did I miss something? Oh, okay. My pup's got a girlfriend now, it seems. Oh, he is obsessed with her. I'm sure you may be the only one here who knows. Yeah, of course I know what he looks like. Well, yeah, I probably am the only one, but um, is that like a neighbor or? Gonna have to keep a close eye on him. We don't need any little puppies running around. I know that Ronnie's been uploading some clips. We'll go watch a couple of her clips. Just almost everything that comes out of her mouth now is fucking gold. Shit has me dying every time I hear her talk now. Let me go over here to Ronnie's channel. Every so often, like I can only take so much of her, and then like the shit with Bombshell kind of had me thrown off, so that was another reason. And then we got all kinds of shit going on, especially now since the fucking ice storm. Shit's been crazy. So yeah, NorCal. She looks, like I said, she looks terrible. Like she looks like she is running out of her prescription, hasn't slept, hasn't showered. Like I don't. The list goes on and on. And she looked crazy. Like T said, she looked like a grease ball. It was fucking nuts. I don't know what she's got going on, but she don't look good. She don't look good at all. Okay, hold on. Let me I'm gonna mute up real quick and we're gonna go watch a couple clips.
But yeah, anyone who is cool with, I don't know, that type of fucking shit, the real life shit, I don't know, I can't. It's gross. And like, no one could say that I've ever did this to anyone. I've never did this shit to anyone. I've never called a kid school ever in my life. I didn't even know that Flavor did that. That shit's gross. But yeah, I never called no one school. Never called CPS on nobody ever, not once. I don't know. I just never dug like the way that these people did. What up, Jazzy? Like down to like clock in the background, what you hear, what you don't hear. It's odd. It's peculiar and odd.
First of all, she definitely has called CPS. She called CPS on Ronnie. She called elder services on Bombshell. Like, come on now, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, I can't with these people, bro. All these people. Yo, Snaz, you're a piece of shit. Snaz, you're a piece of dog shit. Okay? After what Bombshell said and did to and about you and your kids and
Hey, chillax. Are you fucking kidding me? After all the shit that Alex said about you and your kid, you're cool with her. But you have the nerve to come out here and try to call someone else out for that shit? That woman literally said that you sell your kid for drugs. You prostitute your child out for drugs. And she said that your dad is the father of your child. And you're still cool with her. So, what the fuck is this?
And your sister's kids and all that other shit. I have no respect for you, lady. Now Bombshell, now Bombshell's the righteous one. I don't know. Now he's saying like he's some sort of eyewitness or something. It's the weirdest flex. It's like, what world do you live in that you're that self-important? You're like Slim Slow. I just don't understand how people went along with that, and like, I just can't. I just can't. Couldn't be me. Could not be me.
Except it's literally you. Oh, wow.
Leave the babies alone. This is why somebody said that like you should it should require like a license to become a parent. But I feel like to some degree there should be some type of requirements. You should.
Did she really just say that shit? Oh, hell no. Wow. Some of this shit, like, isn't even funny because, like, are you serious right now? Do you even hear yourself? I'll watch a couple more.
Let's go to my sent messages. I sent the screenshot and I titled it Mrs. McCrae. Hello, my name is Carissa. I go by Controller on YouTube. I've been combating some of the horrible things said about you online. Not, this photo I'm sending is a woman named Amber Hall. She is a criminal currently on probation for meth possession. This was yesterday. She drove by your home. If I were you, I'd contact law enforcement. And then I proceeded to tell her about myself, like my situation, so she understood why her situation stood out to me. And then I gave her my number and I told her to feel free to reach out if she wanted to, that I'm here to support her. And, I also gave her Amber's description. I said she's a large woman, about 5'5", 225 pounds, blonde hair, short, and she lives in Yuma as well. Prayers, love, and good vibes to you and your children, and of course, Vaughn. So yeah, I made sure that she's very well aware of you driving by her home. I hope that I have the right email as well.
I actually forgot about that shit. When I first heard that for the first time, it actually gave me chills because it was so fucking cringy. First of all, I don't think she even fully understands the whole Vaughn case. Secondly, not everyone lives their life on the internet the way that she does. So reaching out to a stranger like, hey, this person on the internet is doing X, Y, and Z, like, oh my God, stop it. Not to mention, she drives by people's houses pointing at them all the fucking time. Right, see, and she's a criminal herself. Like, what are you talking? You have an open case right now. Oh, wow. Anyway, have any of y'all been watching that Ohio shit? I told y'all in a post a little while back that I wanted to touch on more than Controlla, and I want to do a live about the shit that's been going on there. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, and she's never done a day in jail. Nope. Imagine that. Which one was that?
What was Rocky Rain aboard with?
Oh, Rocky Rain has been doxxed, by the way. Rocky Rain has been doxxed. As a matter of fact, can somebody please drop Rocky Rain as dox in my inbox? Thanks.
Yikes. Yeah, Shell, there's been shit going on in Ohio, one of the Carolinas, Tennessee, Florida, all types of shit. And it, like, the rabbit hole on that is deep. It is so fucking deep, but I don't know if people are into that kind of thing. I'll sit on here and talk to T. I know she's into it. I think Isla is as well. I'll sit here and talk to those two. I don't give a fuck, but I do want to do a live on it because it's crazy. She is so entitled, Markel. Hey, Romeo. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Have a good night. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to do a live on that because it's fucking crazy. There's this lady who T sent me a video of hers the other day, and I've been fucking binge watching her. She goes into like straight deep dive into that shit. And I asked her if I could play a couple of her videos, and she said yeah. So I want to do that. So apparently, I haven't looked it up for myself yet, but apparently the company who owns the train also has a share in Netflix. And there's that movie out, The White Noise or whatever, who the people who live in East Palestine actually were like extras and shit in that movie. It's fucking crazy. It's it's insane. The rabbit hole, like I said, is super fucking deep. No, I didn't see the fire in Texas. What is that one? Yeah, I like her too, T. I like her a lot. The fire where they sent the contaminated whatever. What did they set? Okay, I'm lost now. What did they send where? You know, that's one thing I didn't understand. Why did they drain that shit into the ground and then set it on fire rather than transfer it to either another train or like a back truck or something like that and take it to where it needed to go? Like, they straight up contaminated everything in that area, the water, the soil, the air, for no fucking reason. Deer Park, Texas. Let me see. That's not how you spell Texas. I don't know if I'm allowed to play like copyrighted new shit. Oh well, who cares? We'll play it anyway. What was it? Hold on. Deer Park, Texas. No, I want. Oh my god. Oh wow, that's fucking 45 minutes.
Hazardous liquids from the train derailment in Ohio are heading here to the Houston area. the TCEQ, confirming to ABC 13 that as cleanup efforts continue in East Palestine, the remnants of the chemicals will be trucked down to Deer Park for storage and disposal.
ABC 13 reporter Micah Hatfield spoke to a resident who's concerned about the decision. Micah?
Gina and Eric, this is a more than 1,300-mile trek from Ohio down to Deer Park carrying toxic chemicals. That in and of itself is a concern for people in Deer Park.
It's foolish to put it on the roadways. We have accidents on a regular basis. Do they really want to have yet another contamination zone?
The TCEQ confirms to ABC 13 that hazardous liquid waste from the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, will be driven by truck across several states to Deer Park, Texas. That liquid will be stored and disposed of by a private company called Texas Molecular. Although the commission did not confirm which chemical, they made mention of vinyl chloride, which is what authorities have said several of the crashed train cars were carrying.
I know they have to do something with the material. I get it, but it does not have to come so far.
Executive Director of the Environmental Institute of Houston, Dr. George Guillen, agrees that is a risk, although he says the transportation is regulated by several agencies.
Anything is possible. Okay. Now, how probable it is another thing. So people are going to realize every day tons of these raw products passing through our city.
He says the deep well injection method that Texas Molecular specializes in is fairly common. It puts the chemical thousands of feet into the ground and should pose a minimal risk to residents.
It's injected in some cases usually 4,000 or 5,000 feet down below any kind of drinking water aquifer. And could it come up one day? Yeah, maybe, but maybe hundreds of years from now or thousands of years from now.
We reached out to the EPA yesterday morning and followed up several times again today, trying to find out when the decision was made to ship that chemical here to Deer Park, when the liquid will be transported, and exactly what chemicals they're bringing here. We are still waiting on a response. Live in the newsroom, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Where was that supposed to be going in the first place? Do you know? Hold on. Okay, hang on, let me see what you said. Oh no, it was a fire in Tennessee. Oh, okay, yeah. 100 years from now, how fucking grandkids, that's great. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta pull up another screen to be able to click that. Okay.
February the 22nd, 2023. Guys, you're looking at information coming out now. It's been not quite 2 hours. It's fire breaks out at a uranium processing facility in Tennessee. It says the emergency response at the Y-12 National Security Complex. This is Oak Ridge, guys. Many of you have heard about this before. They're saying uranium is involved. They're saying it has been contained, but remember what's happening in Ohio and how everything's under control when it's not. So we have to be careful. Possibly they have it under control. Let's read a little more about it and keep a very close eye on this thing, guys, because, you know, uranium and some forms of it have a half-life of 13 million years. So in the radioisotopes. Let's read a little more about this. Now, this is coming out of WVLT Gray News, Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It says a fire broke out at Y12 National Security Complex on Wednesday. Catherine King with Y12 told WVLT. The facility hasn't released much information, but King was able to confirm that fire broke out Wednesday morning in Building 9212. In an updated release, Y12 said the fire started around 9:14 a.m. in a chemical handling hood. WVLT News was on scene and spoke to officials who were able to provide some information on the incident. Those officials were quick to assure the public that the incident was contained to the Y12 complex and the public does not need to worry about any impact off-site. You know, we've heard that in a lot of other times, and it's made us suspicious, and that's why I'm reporting this. They told the people in Ohio everything was fine, drink the water. I think if
You know what's crazy about them telling the people in Ohio that it's okay to drink the water and go back to their homes and shit? They're still coming there day after day in hazmat suits while telling these people that it's okay to be there. Why the fuck are you in a hazmat suit then? Did you see they said 44,000 animals died and the eggs of birds have purple? No, I did not see that. Yeah, he does talk kind of slow. I had to speed it up a little bit, but I haven't seen that. The last I seen was just the fish, the 3,500 fish or whatever it was, which that lady brought up a really good point. Why is it staying at 3,500 and who the fuck counted 3,500 fish? Shit don't even make sense. Do you want me to play that, T? Hold on, let me go back. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Oh, I hate myself. Right in my voice. Okay.
This is Dabu 7, an update to the situation out of East Palestine in Ohio. As right now, officials are saying that tens of thousands of animals out of the creek are dead. A lot of the fish, frogs, salamanders, all the aquatic life is showing to be dead in this area. The people that live downstream off of this branch specifically are saying that they're afraid to let their horses and their cows drink out of the creek or out of the waterway. We have individuals saying that their turkeys have been put on antibiotics due to respiratory problems connected to this whole thing. Chickens are laying eggs with what they are calling an unsettling purple hue. And people are afraid to even eat any food off of the trees or anything that they've got on their lawns, period, because they think that it's tainted. Now, add to this white film that's being seen all over the place in many different states, coming down out of the sky, settling on vehicles, and even on some vehicles close to the epicenter here. Paint is peeling off of the vehicles, bubbling up and like chipping off. So a lot going on surrounding this situation, and constant updates here needed with this as it's still leaching into the earth. Now, they have set up booms along the waterway, and there are cleanup crews that have been down here working, but it's still finding its way into the water table and then into the Ohio River and then heading downstream, ultimately hitting the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of the wastewater that they pulled out of here, they are sending to Texas, we come to find out, so it can be disposed of down there by a company that does that. But wanted to let it be known in terms of the wildlife, tens of thousands of animals dead in the surrounding rivers and lakes connected to this spot, and a lot of other issues with other problems as well. Join me on the live streams, Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dabu 777, where I break this down further, censorship free. You'll find links below. Much love.
Yeah, definitely sub up to his channel. I'm about to play this right here, though.
FEMA is now sending a team to East Palestine, Ohio, and this comes more than 2 weeks after the train derailment threatened the small town. Government
2 weeks, by the way. 2 weeks.
Governor Mike DeWine came under criticism for not requesting federal aid sooner. And then his office criticized FEMA over allegations FEMA was not stepping up to help. Meantime, there are new reports that former President Trump will be visiting East Palestine on Wednesday. Trump is expected to meet with community members.
Trump? Where the fuck is Biden? Why isn't Biden going to East Palestine? Why is Biden sending millions, if not billions of dollars to another country to fight their war and visiting, where did he go on President's Day, T? Not there. Nope, not there. Hey, Ocean's daughter. Yes, Biden is a loser. That's for sure. Why is Trump there and not Biden? Biden just went somewhere on President's Day. I can't remember where it was, but it definitely wasn't East Palestine. I know that much.
And now word that Aaron Brockovich will also be in East Palestine for a town hall meeting. News Nation was the first network to speak with her after the disaster. The conditions are so bad that one woman who News Nation has been in contact with has rashes on her body after showering. Let's get to News Nation's Rich McHugh live on the ground in East Palestine, in which you spoke with a couple who's already having some negative health effects.
Hey, good evening, Natasha. That's right. So the first news is that the CEO of Norfolk Southern was here today. Finally, after 2 weeks, showed up, met with officials in this church behind me, closed door meetings, was escorted in and out by police, but was overheard telling someone he is here in support. The people we're speaking to don't buy it. For instance, they say that the health threat is real here, real time. One couple we spoke to went back to their house. We'd interviewed them earlier in the week. They went back to their house today for 30 minutes and had some crazy health effects. Take a look.
So we were in the kennel this morning, picking up some supplies. We left. I went home home. I went back to the place where we're being evacuated.
Caitlin Schwartzwelder and her boyfriend Chris, after being evacuated, came back home today. But she says she broke out in a rash almost instantly.
I undressed to get into the shower, and I had a rash all over the side of my face, on both sides, and all over my chest.
Take a look at these photos of her this morning after coming back on her property. The rash all over her face, neck, and chest.
My boyfriend Chris also had a rash down his left side, and I mean, to this moment, right now.
By the way, real quick before I forget, have y'all seen the quote-unquote clinic that they gave to so it is a small community. I will give them that. There's only like 5,000 people there. But it's a trailer. And people were complaining, so then they finally set up in like a local church. But they initially sent a trailer, like a tiny, you put behind a truck type trailer for a clinic to help these people.
Now I have just a really low-grade constant headache.
They live nearly a mile from the derailment and where Norfolk Southern released the toxins into the air 2 weeks ago. But their issues clearly persist. But with FEMA finally coming and with all the focus directed at East Palestine, these folks say they're forgotten because they live just over the state line in Pennsylvania.
It feels like nobody gives a damn beyond us.
They too were forced to evacuate.
And what if we couldn't afford to do any of this?
My wife is 37 weeks pregnant this Friday, and she's going to be induced. And it's all a little scary because we can't drink the water, unable to get our water tested because we're not a priority as of now. So don't know what my...
Unable to get their water tested because they're not a priority as of now. Like I said, this is a small community. 5,000 people. And this is, let me see what day this was, because this was a few days ago. Oh shit, I don't even know. So 6 days ago. And this was 2 weeks after the fact. Get the fuck out of here.
My newborn son is going to come home too.
John and Julie Kent fear the future of their horse sanctuary could be in jeopardy.
There was flames roughly a couple hundred feet into the sky. There was a black smoke cloud and it was going over the horses. I would say that it was probably like no more than 10 feet above their head.
In the photos, you can see the toxic smoke flowing over their horses. They worry if they'll survive.
The horses and myself and anybody that was here really in this general vicinity was exposed.
And while the governor of Ohio and others have said repeatedly the air and water is safe, it's clear that some of the toxins have taken hold.
A couple miles outside of town, this is Leslie Run. I've heard this is happening. I didn't quite believe it, but watch this. So when you stick this stick in the water, all the chemicals come to the surface in like rainbows. It's quite alarming.
News Nation has asked Norfolk Southern CEO for an interview repeatedly, and we've sent a producer to their headquarters with no luck.
How does this whole experience feel for you?
That money matters more than humanity? Truly?
Now, the police presence here has already stepped up just in the past 24 hours. FEMA is fairly going to be here tomorrow. Trump is coming midweek. So clearly things are ratcheting up. Natasha, back to you.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
Trump is coming, but not the current president of the United States. Imagine. Fucking imagine. We're about to, fuck it. We're just going to get into a little rabbit hole here. This lady already gave me permission to, where the fuck am I going? She already gave me permission to show some of her videos, so we're just going to get into it. Give me a second to find her channel.
So you know what happens when you start doing research on things, especially things related to, I don't know, massive chemical spills and cover-ups and things like that, like what's going on in East Palestine, Ohio right now. You find a lot of information that you may have never.
Oh, Ocean's Daughter, you just made me remember. They shot down one of those quote-unquote balloon things here in Michigan, and we still don't know what the fuck it was. Oh, by the way, did y'all know? Yes, please sub up to her. Did y'all know that they don't even think that that first original initial quote-unquote balloon was even a balloon from China? It may have been some dude and his son's like little project from a club that they were a part of. Have y'all seen that yet? Okay, hold on. We're about to get into this shit. Listen to this shit. Hey, Vicious Viking Vixen. Thank you so much for your comment. That I wanted to do like a whole live just on your comment. That made me feel really good. I feel you. Yeah, sub up to all of them, please. Pay the fuck attention. Not about controller. Okay, Norkel? No, pay attention. I seriously, Vicious, I'm praying for everyone in these situations. It's weird to me that right after the whole Ohio thing, we all of a sudden out of the blue get an ice storm. And now power's out everywhere. People are half-ass opening up warming centers. One of the high schools here did a warming center from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So, like, everyone's just, you know, fucked after that. Oh, thank you, Vicious. I really did. I did appreciate that comment. That made me feel a type of way. You know, Shell, fuck. So, when I first kind of started going live just a little bit in the middle of the pandemic, I was telling people how when I had my Chevy, I could see my car from the like top view when I would back up. So in the Ford, it just shows, you know, like what's behind you and what's in front of you. But in my Chevy, there had to have been a satellite or something because I could see my literal car like parked where it was on the street or, you know, in a parking lot or whatever. So they're definitely watching. There's no way they're not. Like the color, you could see the ground, everything. If someone were to walk by the side of my car, you could see them. It was fucking insane. But let's get into this other rabbit hole.
Thought to look for or have ever come across in your entire life if you weren't looking for one certain thing and it rabbit holed you into all this other stuff. I want to start this off with, hey, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, Squirrel Tribe. But listen, everybody right now is talking about the fact that there's a movie called White Noise out on Netflix, which just happens to depict exactly kind of sort of what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, which also just happened to have been filmed in East Palestine, Ohio, using residents from East Palestine, Ohio as the extras in the movie. And then it all just kind of goes hand in hand. The movie itself is based off of a book from the 80s. They made this movie 2021, and it is about a train that derails in East Palestine, Ohio, that's full of chemicals that get out into.
Yes, Vicious. We had an ice storm, and now there's lights out everywhere. There's trees everywhere. There's power lines down. It was insane. Yeah, warming centers. Yeah. And they're telling people that we got lucky because where we're at, we have power, but right on the other side of the main road from where we're at, they don't have power. And it's cold, like cold. It was, I think, like 18 degrees last night. Let me see. Before Trump was elected, I was saying how Hillary wanted us to go to war, World War III, but now Biden has taken over, which, yeah. I've been watching and seeing things unfold for years. That's why I've been preparing. It's freezing in NYC and Maryland. It was, holy shit, 81? God damn. Whoop. Wrap my hands off all these countries. Are in cahoots together. Yeah. Fuck yeah. The distraction is, oh, did you also know that more pieces of the Epstein book list thing came out in the middle of all that shit as well? And conspiracy theory, one of Clinton's aides was found dead, shotgun to the head, I believe, maybe the chest, I could be wrong, either or, tied to a tree, and they're calling it suicide. Yeah.
Into the soil and the water and the air, and then, you know, chaos ensues. And then, like, just the weirdest ironic turn of events, that's exactly what happened, right? February 3rd is when this happened, and it's still going on. The train derailed February 3rd. The Norfolk Southern train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio on February 3rd. A couple days later, they decided to release all of the chemicals of the vinyl chloride that were in.
I just want to say really quick, as we're getting into this, don't believe this lady. Go look this shit up for yourself. Trust me, you're gonna be in for it.
Were in these tanks, and then decided to set them on fire, and here we are today trying to figure out what exactly is going to happen to not only the people of East Palestine, Ohio, and the surrounding areas, but literally the entire East Coast and farther stretching, because it goes beyond that. If you really stop and think about the fact that anything that leaks its way into your water, into your soil, and up into your air can travel as far as it wants to, in all honesty. So, but I want to, y'all, I have a ton to unpack here for you, but the very first thing I want to mention to you, everybody is in the comments over the last 4 or 5 videos that I've made about East Palestine, Ohio, because y'all, I'm trying to stay up with this and show you the things that they're not showing you anywhere else, because even Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, they're not going to tell you anything except for what they want you to hear. Oh, the water is safe. The air is fine. Residents can return. Listen, that is just what they want you to see, because if they let you know exactly what is going on, panic would ensue. But here, so y'all have to forgive me. I'm a little all over the place right now, because I have so many things here that just, again, you start looking at these dots and they all connect, and it will literally blow your effing mind. So this movie on Netflix, everybody is commenting, oh, have you seen the movie White Noise? You have to go watch White Noise. You have to go do this. You have to go watch it. Let us know what you think. Watch how it ends, everything else. There's a lot of push to go watch this movie on Netflix. And I'm like, this feels fishy, number one. So I go to look up just what.
Exactly, Vicious. I feel like whether or not you believe it, you should still at least know, or not be naive enough to think that it couldn't happen or they wouldn't do it. Like, there's shit. Do people realize that our government has literally tortured people and given people syphilis on purpose and all types of crazy ass shit that's been documented? If you think they won't do this type of shit, you're tripping.
whatever I can find out about Netflix and the movie White Noise. And it says, you know, White Noise is based off of a 1980s book, but the movie they made is supposed to be like a dark comedy version of this book. So I went in and I said, you know what? Who owns Netflix? Like, who has the most to gain from all of these people watching this movie? The top shareholders of Netflix are Leslie J. Kilgore, David Hyman, Greg Peters, Capital Research Group Investors, Vanguard Group Inc., and BlackRock Inc. Who owns Norfolk Southern? Y'all, we've talked about this before. The owners of Norfolk Southern are also owners or highest people in Netflix stock, owners of Norfolk Southern. Look, because I want to give you the full information, we're just going to look it up real fast. Norfolk Southern is owned by 73.77% institutional shareholders, 1.52% Norfolk Southern insiders, and 24.7% of retail investors. Vanguard Group Inc. is the largest individual Norfolk Southern shareholder, owning 18.53 million shares, representing 8.14% of the company. So not only does Vanguard own part of Norfolk Southern, they also own a large section of Netflix and numerous other things. It was just one of those things that really there's a movie based on this book, and then this movie happens to come to fruition. And both of these things, Vanguard can profit from. That was the one thing I wanted to mention to you guys because everybody's talking about this movie. Now, here's where we need to go. So these are my notes, okay? And I titled this, or I have a little thing here that says it goes farther back than we know. And I want to explain to you what is actually going on. In East Palestine, Ohio, where this derailment has happened, where we've already figured out from yesterday's video and the day before that they are a predominantly white, older-aged Republican community. That is the demographic of it all. They're either under 10 years old or over 65 are the main demographics in age. Their housing median is like $90,000 to own a home, like under $800 to rent a home. Their median income, I believe it said it was around like $44,000. I'm trying to remember everything from that. They are in all essence a poor community with older, sicker people or younger people who can't work. And there's not a lot of money in East Palestine, Ohio. There's no really any reason to be there, right? So I start looking to see what else had been going on in East Palestine before this derailment. And I want you guys to know that the business community of East Palestine has started a petition expressing frustrations with a recently passed ordinance to the village council. The petition, which had 25 signatures as of Tuesday. Now, this article, so you guys know, is from January 3rd of this year, okay? The ordinance is requiring owners to pay a fee to have their vacant properties registered. Now, let's think about old towns that you guys may have seen driving around the country or in news or whatever else. Older towns, a lot of vacant buildings just sitting there because there's no money to bring businesses in and no people to spend money in those businesses. So you have so many vacant buildings because as people get old enough to leave, a lot of times they leave to go to school, to go work in a bigger city, to go live in a bigger city, to go travel or whatever else. And these smaller rural towns are left basically empty except for the older people who have no reason or want or will to leave, right? So you have all these businesses, all these buildings, brick and mortar buildings just sitting there, right? So according to this, Don Elzer owns several buildings in downtown East Palestine, some of which are vacant. Now Elzer must register his vacant buildings with the village administration and pay a fee of $400 per building. That, they claim, will help eliminate vacant properties. It has nothing to do with that. What they're doing is driving businesses and development out of town. Do you hear that? Driving businesses and development out of town. They put this new restriction that if you happen to own a building there or have a building there, you have to pay, even if it's vacant, you have to start paying, I believe it's a monthly thing of $400 or more. So the ordinance requires all vacant properties to be registered for the following fees, all of which will double up to 5 years. $200 for residential buildings, $400 for commercial buildings, $600 for industrial buildings. A vacant building plan as well as an inspection is also required. Inspections aren't cheap either. Keep that in mind. If they're actively trying to sell it, lease it, rent it, there are exemptions where they don't have to necessarily pay any additional fees. This says here, Karen Christian owns an assisted living center in a former school adjacent to downtown. She, along with 6 other business owners, talked about her frustrations with the village government. Now, here's what this all comes down to. If you can't afford to do these things, if you can't afford to pay these fees, these fines, and you can find somebody to sell it to, or somebody just happens to show up and says, hey, listen, I'll buy all of those buildings from you so you don't have to worry about these fees. I'd love to help you out. You can't use it. I can use it for something. I'll come in and buy it from you. Who do you think is going to come in and buy vacant residential commercial buildings? I don't know, maybe BlackRock, maybe even Vanguard, something like that. And if you can't sell them, you move, you leave, right? Y'all, there's a lot. If you literally sit here and think about this, there is a lot. What does this say? The group would like East Palestine to become more like Columbiana. Diane Elzer referenced a businessman who moved there. He said that the difference between doing business in East Palestine and doing business in Columbiana was night and day. The business group said there are slumlords in East Palestine who need to be dealt with, but that the vacancy ordinance is hurting the good people of the community too. So again, you have all these buildings that people cannot sell, that they can't afford to pay for. So the next thing that comes in is somebody who says, I'll buy them all. Okay. So keep that part in mind. Okay. So you have this new ordinance that passed in the beginning of this year where you have to pay for these buildings and people do not have the money to pay for these buildings. So you have that. Then, because to me, it feels like the beginning of a push for people to leave so larger corporations can move in, right? Now, another thing that people have talked about, people are saying, well, maybe I've heard that there's been cobalt found in East Palestine. There's been cobalt and whatever else. So I dug everywhere I could possibly find to figure out exactly where cobalt is. And according to this, cobalt deposits in the United States. There's a lot here. Hold on one second. The deposits and prospects occur in Alaska, California, Idaho, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, North Carolina, I can't get that finger to go up, New Mexico, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, and Tennessee. Those are the places where you're going to find cobalt, okay? Pennsylvania, right next, literally right next to the line of where East Palestine is, right on the border there of Ohio and Pennsylvania. I want to put that out there for you too. So the other thing that I looked up trying to find, according to this, y'all, this gets good. Are you ready? So according to this, if I can get everything to go here, potential for recovery of rare earths, lithium, cobalt, and other critical minerals from coal, waste, and primary ores in Pennsylvania and the U.S. This was released January 10th of 2021. This was from Penn State, and it is a Chairman Metcalf.
Did she say Puerto Rico? See? Yeah, cobalt. They want to dig for it. Do you want me to rewind it? I know she listed off a couple of places, including Michigan, but I didn't catch them all. I was watching cobalt mining with children in Africa. Wow. Yep. Right, Isla. Damn. Insurance companies go out of business so they don't have to pay their customers, and I think all the government money would be more than the money spent, but they get tax money off everything spent. China runs cobalt now. Oh wow. I didn't know that China ran that. All right, here we go. Let me mute up.
And whatever else. So I dug everywhere I could possibly find to figure out exactly where cobalt is. And according to this, cobalt deposits in the United States. There's a lot here. Hold on one second. The deposits and prospects occur in Alaska, California, Idaho, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, North Carolina, can't get that finger to go up, New Mexico, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, and Tennessee. Those are the places where you're going to find cobalt.
Yep, she said Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's definitely hard to wrap your head around. Definitely hard to wrap your head around. I just have to use from money when we lose from yeah. You know, when we had our flood, which kept happening because the city wouldn't do shit about it, they said that they were going to bring people in for help and all this other shit. Fuck, no thank you. Nope. Then everything else is going to go up and you're going to end up paying for it somewhere else, and fuck that. A lot of businesses went out through COVID as well. Divert attention from other major shit. Yep. Whatever's going on. Yeah. Yep. It's fucking crazy. But we're all stupid, I guess. I don't know. They depend on people to not look past the headline or the article or, you know, the 2-minute news clip or whatever.
Cobalt, okay? Pennsylvania, right next, literally right next to the line of where East Palestine is, right on the border there of Ohio and Pennsylvania. I want to put that out there for you too. So the other thing that I looked up trying to find, according to this, y'all, this gets good. Are you ready? So according to this, if I can get everything to go here, potential for recovery of rare earths, lithium, cobalt, and other critical minerals from coal waste and primary ores in Pennsylvania and the U.S. This was released January 10th of 2021. This was from Penn State, and it is a Chairman Metcalf and Chairman Vitale and members of the Environmental Resources and Energy Committee. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to offer testimony and answer your questions regarding the benefits and challenges of extracting and utilizing critical minerals found within Pennsylvania and the United States and other issues related to this topic. I am a professor of energy and mineral engineering and chemical engineering and the director of the Center for...
Do I need to slow her down? If it's too fast for y'all, just let me know. I'll slow it down a little bit.
For critical minerals in the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences at the Pennsylvania State University. They put this thing together, trying to get people on board with them basically digging in Pennsylvania, which also would seep over into Ohio. The goals for the Center for Critical Minerals are to develop the science and technology required to establish additional rare earth and critical minerals production capacity and reserve base in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the U.S., reducing reliance on imports from other countries, provide support to industrial partners to commercialize science and technology for sources of revenue and economic development in the U.S., mitigate environmental concerns from energy and mineral industry waste and the production of value-added critical materials for national security, and then create engaged scholarship opportunities for students, train a well-trained workforce, and broaden employment opportunities for graduates. There's a lot going on here, and I'm trying to figure out, it says, unfortunately, the United States is 100% import reliant for 17 of 35 critical elements identified by the United States Department of Interior. Another 14 have net import reliance greater than 50% of consumption. According to the International Energy Agency data, most of the world's copper, nickel, cobalt, rare earth elements, and lithium are produced abroad and mostly processed in China. Penn State has a long history of conducting research and supporting industry for the efficient recovery of rare earths and other critical minerals.
There it is, China.
Where are we here? I want to do this. The decades of collaborative work with government and industry, blah, blah. Today, for example, Penn State Center for Critical Minerals is working with several industrial partners such as Texas Mineral Resources Corporation, Material USA, and Energy Fuels Inc. in evaluating various feedstocks from Pennsylvania for designing a multi-metal extraction plant. Where is the rest of this? There's a lot going on here. Historically, as a coal mining state, Pennsylvania has abandoned mine lands, coal refuse piles, metallurgical waste dumps, and acidic drainage from abandoned coal mines. Billions of gallons of AMD impair over 5,500 miles of streams within the Commonwealth. In addition to primary ores, the PSU Center for Critical Minerals is concentrating on these secondary sources: overburden and underclays, acid mine drainage and sludge, precious metals from U.S. DoD e-waste, fly ash and power industry waste, and mine tailings, some of which may have a lower concentration than traditional ores. Where are we going with this? Where are we here? Hold on. Because of a lower concentration, larger amounts must be processed. Therefore, a multi-metal recovery approach is more desirable. Fortunately, Pennsylvania's primary and secondary enriched ores have high assays of not only the rare earths of lithium, aluminum, and a number of critical minerals. Listen, basically what this comes down to, they want to start digging in Pennsylvania for a bunch of stuff. Well, in order to do that, you also need to be able to get into Ohio because they are connected. And it says here that, I want to show you this. The preliminary estimate is that coal refuse in Pennsylvania contains approximately 52,000 metric tons of cobalt. Over 500,000 metric tons of manganese are contained in these accumulations. The sale of cobalt and manganese commodities recovered from these materials could help offset the cost of mine reclamation and stream restoration in Pennsylvania. But this all works to go together with Ohio. So I wanted to mention this again, guys. I understand this feels like a jumpy kind of thing, but all these little things start to add up and kind of explain what is going on. You have in 2021, they make this movie about the derailment, right? And then you have these people trying to say, hey, we need to start digging in Pennsylvania for cobalt because there's cobalt in Pennsylvania. And East Palestine happens to be right on the line of where some of these cobalt things are shown between Ohio and Pennsylvania. You have a town where people can't afford to live, have businesses there. And now you have the town that wants to fine you and charge you for not having anybody in those areas. You can't afford that. So somebody's going to have to come in and buy them. You have the fact that Vanguard owns Netflix that made the movie about the train derailment. And then later on, a train derails that Vanguard has money in. Y'all, it makes my brain hurt the more I sit here and look at these things. But then not only that, you have the chip factories going in. So the chip factory that is going in, we talked about yesterday, Intel breaks ground on $20 billion Ohio chip plant as Biden touts win over China. Now, this was actually from September of 2022. They already broke ground on these chip plants. The Intel broke ground Friday on a 20 billion chip production complex in Ohio, a month after the passage of U.S. incentives meant to help the semiconductor industry better compete at home against Asian rivals like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. and Samsung Electronics. Intel's two new chip fabrication.
They do want us divided. They want us divided, red and blue, race, everything. Everything. Anything that they can put out there in our faces to fight with other people over. And unfortunately, it's been working.
Fabrication plants will span nearly 1,000 acres in Licking County, which is about 49 kilometers outside of Ohio state capital of Columbus. So I looked it up. Licking County is actually a little over.
There you are, Lady Bathory. We were looking for you earlier. I'm glad you're here. We're not laughing about controller right now. We're getting into a rabbit hole of some shit, but I'm glad you're here. If everyone banned China, yeah. It's hard to, Isla, because damn near everything we have comes from there. You order something from Amazon, it comes from there, or it comes from there but was built somewhere else, like
over 2.5 hours away from East Palestine. So that is a small drive there. There is a difference in location for the chip plants versus what happened in East Palestine. But I still believe that there is a big deal here because they are going to bring in people. That's what we're doing. The long-awaited 280 billion Chips and Science Act that Biden signed into law last month, that would be August of 2022, contains $52 billion in support for the semiconductor industry. But the money comes with conditions. Any company accepting the subsidies is restricted from making a significant transaction to materially expand its chip-making capacity in China or any other foreign country of concern for 10 years. Meaning that you can get the money from our country, but for 10 years, you can't do anything like bring in resources from China or Taiwan or whatever else. It all has to be done here. Well,
why would there only be a 10-year restriction on that? How about never? Literally, Vicious. Everything says made in China. Hey, Jonathan. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Some say we are funding this with where we spend our money and buy. It's true. It is true. Absolutely. Like I said, it's hard though because damn near everything you buy. Divide and conquer, oldest war strategy. Yet yet it's still working. I really wish that we could bring back all of our factories. I hope if Trump is reelected, that he will make that happen. Yeah. That's good, Jonathan. I'm glad you're doing good. That's why I'm so big on growing my own food. You grow your own food, Shell? I would like to start a couple of things, but I don't even know where to begin. I was literally just texting my husband about that the other day. Like, we need to start doing, because you got to think, there's stuff that comes out of Ohio, and they're telling the people who live there that it's okay. So that shit's traveling elsewhere. I think me and T were looking into it the other day. They have like beans, corn, stuff like that, and it gets shipped elsewhere. So if they're telling those people that it's okay to live there, of course they're just going to keep selling everything that's being grown there. I don't have faith in the government at all either. I feel you. When I told my grandma that we shouldn't buy stuff made in China, she told me look at where everything you use, whereby and made, and then let me know. Yeah. Wow, Shell, you should email me. Me neither, Isla. It's all scripted puppet show. Me neither. Never have, never will. Yeah, I feel you. Microgreens? I don't even know what that is. I am not a part of their system. Yeah, Shell, you should email me because I would like to. We eat a lot of like green beans and corn and stuff like that. My boys love that type of stuff. So if I could even just start something like that. I'd really like to do that. Government seems like yeah, no kidding. It's fun. I think you and your husband, yeah, I think we would enjoy it too. I like doing, like, at least the flowers and stuff last year. I like doing stuff like that. So yeah, do that, please. Everything is made in China. That's basically what we're talking about, Jonathan. Try buy less and make what you can. Yeah. It's the convenience. That's what people get sold on, is the fucking convenience. I don't have time to, make stuff half the time. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't, especially the way that we all have to work. It takes 2 people to work in a household these days. LOL, Norcal sending nude stuff. Right, Jonathan. Well, I was made in America. All right, here we go, y'all.
That's where Pennsylvania and East Palestine, Ohio come into play, because there's cobalt in Pennsylvania and you need these things in order to make these chip conductors. Y'all, it keeps going. The Chinese Communist Party actively lobbied U.S. business against this law, saying, if you want to do business in our country, don't do it there in the U.S. This is according to Biden. We're going to make sure that companies that take taxpayers' dollars don't turn around and make investments in China to undermine our supply chain and national security. Intel has been a leading advocate for the CHIPS Act and blamed the act's delays for its decision to indefinitely postpone breaking ground on the Ohio fab, which was originally scheduled for late July. Where are we here? Empower private, blah, blah. In addition to the $20 billion investment in Ohio, Intel is also planning a $20 billion expansion in Arizona, as it's trying to win over clients from TSMC, the world's largest contract chip maker, and ranked Samsung. Now, do you guys remember that in Arizona, there's also an issue right now with water shortages, where certain cities have cut off water to certain places in Arizona, so they're having water issues, and the people there have no way to get clean water, fresh water. How much do you want to bet that place where all those people live is what's going to go next, and that's where the chip plant's going to move in? I don't have proof of that. This is me thinking out loud, putting things together, and the way my brain works, it makes me wonder what, like I always say, what the end game is. What is the goal here? Intel said that the initial phase of the Ohio fab is expected to create 3,000 Intel jobs and 7,000 construction jobs. However, semiconductor companies in the U.S., including Intel, have been struggling to find enough qualified workers to staff the giant factories they are building across the country. Now, I had somebody in the comments yesterday say that somebody from Mexico was reached out to from a company here in the U.S. to come work over here at one of their buildings because they could build certain things and they couldn't find anybody here to do it. This may be another thing where you go over the border to bring people in to help. 1, cheaper labor. 2, easier to convince them to come here for a lower wage, I guess. Y'all, these, again, just things that I start to think about. To address the talent shortage issue, the CHIPS and Science Act includes $13.2 billion in funding for research and development, education, and workforce training, in addition to the $39 billion incentives for chip manufacturing. Whew, y'all. Okay, so that's that. That's the chip manufacturing. Now, according to this, Norfolk Southern Railway, the operator of the train that derailed in East Palestine, said in a statement Monday that 15,000 pounds of contaminated soil equal to 7.5 tons and 1.5 million gallons of contaminated water have been excavated. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, there's a lot here, guys. I have like 5 more things going on. I mentioned to you in yesterday's video, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I mentioned to you in yesterday's video that East Palestine was not named East Palestine in the beginning of its existence. It was called Mechanicsburg, right? So I wanted to read to you what I found about this. Towns such as East Palestine, Ohio, were established by 19th century religious Christian settlers. They chose those names to express their spiritual attachment to the land and people of the Bible. When they thought of Palestine or Palestine, they recalled the Jewish kingdoms and temples of ancient times, as well as the events surrounding the origins of Christianity in the Jewish town of Bethlehem. In their prayers, they prayed for the return of the Jews to the Holy Land, which they understood to be inextricably linked to the
Vicious. We're not going to talk about that because that will be my own little rabbit hole in itself. That's crazy that there's quite a few of us that have a lot of things in common that we don't even know.
The coming Messianic age. That's hard for me to say. I don't know why. I want you to know that in the beginning it was called East Palestine, not East Palestine, but then they changed the name to Palestine from Palestine. But it says the area that became East Palestine was originally known as Mechanicsburg. There are a number of towns in the U.S. that were originally settled by mechanics of various types. But in the case of Ohio, Mechanicsburg was changed in 1836 because, according to an early history of the region, the wife of Dr. Hold on, phone call, go away. That's what happens when you record with your phone. The wife of Dr. Robert Chamberlain desired a more euphonious appellation and desired it to be called Palestine. The quiet beauty of the little town and the earnest, virtuous, simple life of its people suggesting to her a name recalling holy memories. It was originally called Palestine, and then it was changed to East Palestine even after that. So there's a whole lot going on with this place. I want to talk to you guys really quick about
OCD and buying 3 of things and prepping and just like the whole mindset. You know what I mean? I knew from Ocean's Live, the last one that she did, she left me with dead air while I was on the press, by the way. But she kind of touched on some things. So I knew from there that we had a few things in common. And obviously me and T talk all the time. I just learned recently that we kind of have the same mindset when it comes to stuff like that as well. Me and T talk about this shit all the time though. Does America really owe China a lot? Yes, Jonathan. Yeah. Not woke, but awake. I love prepping.
the health clinic that they set up yesterday. And I say health clinic because it was just a load of absolute BS. So what it was, let me see if I can show you this picture.
Okay, so I might be more aligned with your fiance because I do not like odd numbers. So I'm gonna go more with the 4.
So this is the little van, whatever, that they rolled in with the little trailer or whatever. Health, behavioral health, and dental centers. Serving Columbiana and surrounding counties. East Palestine Health Assessment Clinic. Okay, y'all see that? I do want to say that they did have for, if you happen to be in East Palestine and want to go to this thing, I'm advising against it personally, but you can call to make an appointment. These are the phone numbers because you must have an appointment in order to be seen. You must have an appointment. Let me explain to you what happened yesterday. You have a city of just under 5,000 people who are experiencing issues from the contamination, from the...
She's about to show y'all the trailer that I was talking about. Look at this shit that they tried to bring in for 5,000 people. Granted, I'm sure not all 5,000 people are going to come. That's not the point. The point is, tons of people were affected by this. And look what they brought in to help.
Fire of the vinyl chloride from whatever's in the water, in the soil, everything else. You have people who are sick and want help and have questions and are scared. And they decided they were going to put up a health clinic to help. Let me explain this to you. East Palestine makeshift clinic booked solid as resident symptoms persist. Officials assure residents that tests prove it's safe, but locals complain of everything from headaches, respiratory problems, and rashes to pain in their teeth. Y'all, if you've ever had tooth pain, that is no joke. Now, residents suffering ailments in the aftermath of the recent train derailment here came to a makeshift clinic on Tuesday with their symptoms, stories, and perhaps more pointedly, their frustrations. This is in Rolling Stones, just FYI. It's been 3 weeks since the derailment resulted in a massive toxic spill, and a faint chemical smell still lingers in the air. Local hospitals and clinics have treated hundreds of people for a wide range of ailments associated with the spill, including headache, respiratory problems, eye irritation, rashes, and dizziness. Guess what? Those are all common known side effects of being near vinyl chloride once it turns to phosgene and all these other chemicals. In response to the residents' increasing frustration over their chase for straight answers, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine called for a new health assessment clinic, which opened Tuesday at a downtown church. Listen, Norfolk Southern didn't bring in a health clinic, which I would not have trusted a Norfolk Southern health clinic to begin with, because obviously it's going to have motives to tell you that you're perfectly fine. The state didn't bring anything in. EPA didn't bring anybody in. The governor had to go, hey, listen, bring in some people to help out the people, make it look good. Here's the issue. The first patient, noon sharp, appointment only. The first appointment was at noon. Are you flipping kidding me? Do you know how early older people get up? They were up at 6 a.m. or sooner waiting to be seen. And your first appointment was at noon? Look, I'm 41 and I'm up at 6:30, sometimes 5:30. It just depends on the day. Waiting till noon to be seen is absolutely ridiculous. But the first person that was seen was a gentleman named Matthew Stokes. He's a 43-year-old welder for Ceram Fab, that makes more sense. A manufacturing company overlooking the train tracks. He was there for the initial cleanup effort when they took one scoop of dirt and the senior maintenance guy with me had to take a knee. I had to grab hold of something. I can't explain it. I've never been exposed to toxic stuff. His symptoms are typical, but he added, even my teeth hurt. I can't breathe. I've got that shit in me. These are his words. He's fortunate to live out of town, but like many residents, he's also trying to return to normalcy with schools and businesses recently reopened, which I wanted to talk about. They've reopened schools and businesses saying it's safe to go there, whatever else. Yet the EPA people that are going back and forth testing things are still wearing hazmat suits. What the hell? You want to show up in a hazmat suit at the same time while telling residents it's fine to live there at this point? Does not add up. Does not add up. He worries not only about today, but a decade from now. It's in the air. You can't fight what you can't see. He was told to carefully monitor his symptoms. Even as people share stories with each other about physical symptoms that just won't subside, officials have assured residents that the land, air, and water around the small eastern Ohio town of East Palestine have passed safety testing. Because we've already figured out from previous videos, they're not testing for anything outside of vinyl chloride. They're not testing for what it turns into once it's been ignited. They're not testing for what it turns into once it hits the air. They're not testing for what it turns into once it hits the water. It is no longer vinyl chloride. It is phosgene. It is hydric acid. It is all other kinds of things. And they're not testing for that. So of course they can tell you it's clean if they're not actually testing for the things that are causing you harm. Okay, you see that loophole there? This says here, let me be clear, Environmental Protection Agency Administrator.
I thought she was going to show the little trailer, but it must have been a different video that she did. Controlla. There, I mentioned her name.
Michael S. Reagan said in a statement released on Tuesday, Norfolk Southern will pay for cleaning up the mess they created and for the trauma they've inflicted on this community. He visited there last week, although Pete Buttigieg, Pete B still has not been there. No one was immediately injured after the train derailment, which is ironic in itself and slightly weird. There were 3 people on the train and nobody was hurt. No one was immediately injured after the train derailment and in the controlled release of the liver cancer-causing chemical called vinyl chloride, which produced an ominous plume of dark gray smoke that lasted days and drew gasps across the U.S. railroad officials. Across the U.S. Railroad officials said the vent and burn was done to avert a more catastrophic explosion, which could have sent shrapnel flying over a mile radius. Now, the burn was not ordered by the EPA. It was not ordered by Norfolk Southern. It was actually ordered by DeWine and other people. Pennsylvania, somebody Shapiro in Pennsylvania ordered the burn. Okay. Why they got to decide since they have no training in EPA and they have nothing to do with the railroad themselves. I'm not quite sure how that worked. But the other problem here is when they say no one was immediately injured in the release of the liver cancer causing chemical called vinyl chloride, every single person in that area was immediately injured, just not at that moment, but they were breathing it in, that was getting into their bodies. They are immediately injured, whether you want to admit it or not. The spill that prompted a days-long public evacuation killed about 3,500 small fish across 7.5 miles of streams. Still with this 3,500, you want to tell me that it immediately killed 3,500 fish and nothing has happened since then? This 3,500 number is bugging the crap out of me. Why that is the number that everybody is pushing and everybody is saying, like 3,501, 3,622. Like, why is it 3,500? I have an issue with that. It says here, it was definitely scary. Honestly, the worst part was worrying about the kids, how they're going to handle it. Right now, everything seems okay. Where is the rest of this? The clinic set up at First Church of Christ is staffed by registered nurses and mental health specialists. A toxicologist is available either on site or by phone. The clinic lives up to its name of health assessment. It is essentially triage. Ted Murphy was hopeful to get some mental health care. When the spill occurred, he called his elderly mother, who lives about 75 yards from the spill. I looked out and there was all this fire, she said. I called my son back and said, you better come home. Her symptoms, she's had a headache, raspy throat, dry eyes, which they consider relatively minor. She stayed inside throughout the chaotic days that followed prior to the evacuation. She said that she's okay, but kept the appointment to appease her kids. Clinic workers told her to keep in touch. Soon, her son emerged. Symptoms, sinus trouble, sore throat, emotional distress, partly owing to concern for his mother, of course. An evaluation was all that was, to see where your mental status is at and everything. There was no physical testing. He says, I'm an emotional damn wreck. I'm stressed out. So this clinic, they didn't test for anything. You just went in there and told them what your symptoms are and then told them how you're feeling. And they like pat you on the back and send you on your way. It's a farce, dude. Like it's a pointless thing to see who will show up. And then you have to look at it that way. If you didn't show up later on, if you try to say that you were sick or something was wrong, do they go, oh, well, you didn't show up to the free health clinic. So obviously it's not that bad. We can't do anything for you now. Or if you do go, do they then say, well,
right, T. No actual physical testing. And what they are testing for is the shit that was there originally, like the liquid form of it. They're not testing, she mentioned this earlier, they're not testing anything, what it turns into, which I don't know the name, but whatever it turns into after you burn that shit, they're not testing for none of it. People are going in there and saying like, oh, I have this rash. And they're like jotting it down like, okay, rashes. Okay, headaches. Like, right. Yeah. It is.
Oh, we saw you and you seem fine, so we can't do anything for you now either. I don't, y'all, there's a lot here and it's just, it's a lot. I mean, plain and simple, it's a lot. And the more you look at things, the more questions you're going to have. I have here, where's this other one? Y'all, there's a lot more, just so everybody's fully aware. Oh, this was okay. So yesterday, another thing that happened, a train derailment near Gothenburg. I don't know how you say that. This is cleanup efforts are underway Tuesday morning after a train derailed near Gothenburg. At around 1:45 a.m., approximately 31 Union Pacific train cars carrying coal derailed.
Hey, Pac-Man, good to see you.
3 miles southeast of Gothenburg. No one was injured. A UP spokesperson said one of the 3 mainline tracks near the derailment site reopened to traffic around 8 a.m. The cause of the derailment is under investigation. There were 3 Union Pacific train derailments in the same area in 2022. In May of 2022, News 2 reported on the derailment of a Union Pacific train carrying coal southeast of Gothenburg. Another train derailment was reported near Gothenburg in June, and a third happened in November near Lexington. So chemical trains keep having issues and derailing, and then now coal trains are having issues and derailing. When is the derailment not going to have something vital on it, like coal is vital, or something that will kill you, like the chemicals on it? I haven't heard of a train derail that's carrying cotton balls and socks. Like, why is it only something that is hazardous to your health that has a tendency to derail? Somebody else asked, how come the train that derailed yesterday happened to derail accordion style? Like, if you look at the videos they asked yesterday, if you look at the videos of the East Palestine derailment, it looks like what would happen if the very front car just slammed on its brakes and came to a hard stop and everything behind it started smushing in. It would do that accordion style. That's all I can think of when I see it, is at what point did they get to East Palestine and go, okay, hit the brakes now? Like, why was it such a hard braking in order for all those
Hey, Phil, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. We have literally been at war with them, in my opinion. Just hasn't been declared. Florida is expensive as fuck now. They have cashed in after Ian. I'm not sure there's anything you can do. Shit, for chemical exposure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably true. Like, I'm sure there's not a medication or something that they could give, especially considering some people are getting headaches, some people are getting skin rashes, you know, it's not even the same type of shit. But the fact that they even told those people it's okay for them to go back is fucking wild. Holmesburg, Philadelphia. So someone found a bomb on the train tracks? What the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna look into that while we play this.
The cars to go accordion style, because if you look at any other things that have derailed, they have scooted off to the left and scooted off to the right. I'm going backwards here, left and right. I haven't seen any other train derailments where they literally are accordion style in the way they derail, which was very, very weird in and of itself. So on top of yesterday's derailment in Gothenburg, you also had a Florida welding business that exploded. So 2 dead and 3 injured after explosion and fire at a Florida welding business. The cause of the blaze is under investigation, Miami-Dade police said. I read a couple of different things that said a truck in the parking lot was what exploded and caught other cars on fire, which then made the business catch on fire. I've seen that in a couple places, but I have not seen proof anywhere of anything. Just FYI, I'm reading to you what has come out in Miami about this. I have not seen anything to show exactly where it actually started, though. It says 2 people were killed and 3 other people were injured when a massive fire and explosion broke out Tuesday morning at a Florida welding business. This is what you need to listen to. Listen to this. More than 20 fire crews responded to the explosion, a town in Medley, which is 14 miles northwest of Miami, just after 8:40 a.m. Video captured nearby and obtained by NBC Miami shows a ball of fire shooting upward with black smoke billowing in its wake. The firefighters found several vehicles on fire and fought the blaze with multiple hose lines. The fire was out by 10 a.m. There were 5 patients total, 2 that were taken to the hospital with traumatic injuries, and a 3rd was treated at the scene. Somebody died. Okay, so here's the picture of it, okay? So according to what I read, the fire started with a truck, and it then caught other things on fire. Then the explosion happened inside the welding plant, the welding business. It was not the other way around. That's what I've read in numerous places from people who were near the area or have heard about it firsthand from people that were there. Here is where this is important to me. I need you to listen to this. 20 fire crews showed up for this technically small fire. at a welding company. Okay. Now let me get to this thing here. This is what I want you to see. So I have this picture here. I'm going to read this to you. This is off of City of Beaver Falls Fire Department's Facebook page. Last night around 9:30, this is on February 4th because this has to do with the derailment on February 3rd in East Palestine. Last night around 9:30, Engine 11 responded to assist the East Palestine Fire Department with a train derailment involving roughly 50 rail cars. Engine 11's crew have arrived and was tasked with assisting the Darlington Township Volunteer Fire Department and the Chippewa Township Volunteer Fire Department, Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, with protecting buildings being threatened by the half-mile-long fire. Crews were eventually ordered to evacuate the area after further assessment of the situation.
David, I did see where maybe it was one of her videos, but she said that they acknowledged that there was a fire underneath this train like 20 miles before anything ever happened. So why the fuck didn't they do anything about it then? Lots of shit gonna be happening, and it's gonna be, oh yeah, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. Excuse me. I'm trying to catch up on the chat a little bit. Hang on. That's where my whole family lives, and I moved from a few months ago for work. That's getting, oh. Everything is so expensive now. It's crazy. Almost like they read it and said, let's make this happen. She just wet her diapers. Fucking Lady Bathory. Oh yeah, she said that. Let's make sense of it. There isn't making sense of it. That's what I'm saying, T. Why did they, like, they literally could have got a vac truck and put those chemicals into a truck or into another train car and taken it somewhere else. Why did they burn it? Why did they contaminate that entire area? And then what is it that they're shipping to Texas? Because they claim they burned all the chemicals. Right, David, it could have been stopped. Right, Shao. I don't know, it's crazy. Like I said, there's no making sense of it because it just doesn't make sense. And not only did they burn the chemicals and contaminate the water and the soil and the air, but they're not even doing anything for the people afterwards. Did y'all hear that only one person so far has been offered money to buy her house? Only one person from that area has been offered money to leave. And yeah, why bring it to Texas? Like, Texas is far as fuck from there. I'm sure there was somewhere else they could have taken it. But why didn't they do that initially? Why did they only take some of it? Shit don't make no sense, man.
Situation. E11 remained in staging for 3 hours before being released from the scene. A crew also remained at the station and handled 2 other incidents in the city. Currently, Engine 11-2 is providing coverage at the EPFD's Clark Street station while their members are given a few hours to rest. Here's what I need you to hear. 20 different crews showed up to this welding building fire in Medellin. What is it called? East of Miami. Here, where a train derailed and train cars were on fire, you have East Palestine Fire Department, Darlington Township Department, Chippewa Township Department, Beaver Falls. You have 4. The other one had 20. Here you have 4. Explain to me.
To be fair, in these smaller areas, they don't have, it's not like the city where each city has 1 or 2, fire departments and stuff like that. So it's not surprising to me that only 4 different areas showed up to help with this.
Why only 4 showed up and were called in for a train derailment, whereas 20 were called in for some cars on fire and a welding explosion. There's a massive disconnect there for me. I just want to put that out there. After this, after the fire, there is a thing here, train derailment. Hold on, I've got like 10 different things here I want to read to you. My fire marshal responders. Okay, so this here says that State Fire Marshal, East Palestine first responders most likely didn't know hazardous substances were.
If they would have transferred it, why would it explode though, David? You know what I mean? And what is it that they're taking to Texas then? And I don't know. Just so many questions. Yeah, so she mentioned anything about national security threat about the real UFOs they mentioned back. I don't know if she touches on that or not. I've only been watching her literally for like a couple of days. I've been binge watching this Ohio stuff. I'm not sure if she does or not, but I'll definitely look into it and let you know. Like I said, I don't want to just talk about Controlla, so we'll be doing stuff like this more often. That's awesome. I hope you're happy there. I was happy to trade for a while. Oh well. I'll be back after my contract is up here. I wish I could live in Florida. I would move in a heartbeat.
For burning. This is another issue that we have, people. When the call came in about a train derailment, first responders rushed to East Palestine to put out the fire, but the Ohio fire marshal said the firefighters probably didn't know there were extremely hazardous substances burning in the air around them. One, the smell would give it away, but if they had their face masks on, maybe they couldn't smell that.
That right there, to me, is a huge issue. Why didn't they know what they were walking into? They should have been briefed as soon as they pulled up on that scene. Like, listen, this is like toxic shit. Woohoo. Thank goodness, Lady Bathory.
Typically in major disasters, firefighters don't know exactly what they're getting into. Just like police officers, they have no idea what's happening. They're kind of going in blind in order to help and protect, right? It was most likely these first responders didn't know about the chemicals. The information you have to get from either the engineer of the train or the conductor. Why wasn't that information given? That's my question. Why did the engineer of the train or the conductor not say when everything happened, since nobody was injured, they were perfectly fine. The people on this train were perfectly fine. They could easily tell people, hey, listen, we got some hazardous shit back there that's probably not good for breathing or touching or ingesting, just FYI. This is a part of the uncertainty in the job that most firefighters can relate to. We really never know what we're going to get into. Cleveland Fire Captain Dave Telbin said, sometimes when we get there, we find out it's completely different than what we were told in the first place. We have to be prepared for anything, really. But hold on. We deal with a lot of dangerous situations. Yeah, there are different levels of protective gear depending on if there is a fire versus if there is a hazmat situation. A fire is hurry, 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 let's put it out. A hazmat is let's get there and now let's figure out what we're going to do. Running into a situation with toxic chemicals is dangerous, especially without the most protective gear. This week, Governor Mike DeWine and the Norfolk Southern said the Norfolk Southern train was not categorized as having high hazardous materials despite carrying cancer-causing vinyl chloride, which we talked about. They did not have the right placards on there for as many cars as they had that had the hazardous materials on there.
That is another big problem. Anything toxic in our plant has to be labeled, each individual, thing. And that's like OSHA shit. If you got some shit coming through your city on a train, you better know what the fuck's in it. It doesn't matter if there's 2 cars, 5 cars, 7 cars. Fuck that. No, I haven't, Jonathan, but I'm going to look into that. And if it's something, we'll do a live about it.
They should be paying out the wazoo for everything. According to federal guidelines, it didn't have to be because most of the rail cars were not carrying hazardous materials. That's why this whole thing was 2 miles long, in case anybody's curious. This thing was 2 miles long. And the reason for that is it made it so that the parts that were carrying hazardous materials were not the majority of the train. Therefore, they did not have to label it as a hazardous materials train. They could bypass these different loopholes and get away with going through areas they should not have been going through. I don't know, East Palestine, Ohio. And they can kind of play it off as, oh, my bad, we didn't know. As the governor's doing, oh no, they didn't have to tell us. They had more non-toxic ones than toxic ones. Cool, but the non-toxic ones aren't the ones that derailed now, are they? So it says here that State House reporter Morgan True, asked DeWine during a press conference Friday if learning the train was carrying toxic materials would have changed anything. We cannot, because of federal preemption, we cannot prohibit them from coming into the state of Ohio. But what we can do is know that and to notify our fire department, EMS people all the way along the route that, hey, this is what it's carrying. The notification of the material doesn't solve the problem, but it can help give people at least some notice, which is true. They would have had a heads up that what was coming through, they would have needed different fire hazard suits, masks, whatever else. This is especially important since the firefighters weren't even in hazmat suits. Health is a long-term thing. It's not something we just assess once and forget about it. So the state will continue to monitor the safety of the first responders and the residents. Now, here's another thing that I came across that says here that the fire department now has to get new gear. The gear that they wore in order to go put out this fire is now contaminated and is now unsafe for them to use for future fires. So they have to get rid of those and buy all new gear. The aftermath of the train derailment, East Palestine Fire Department has to throw away their equipment. Do you know how expensive?
So they have to throw away their equipment, but these people were told just to move back into their homes like nothing fucking happened. Why aren't they sanitizing these people's houses? Why aren't they telling them to not come back home in the clothes that they left in? Why aren't they providing the local Salvation Army or what have you? Why aren't they providing these people? None of this shit makes sense. Literally none of it makes sense.
Equipment is, just FYI, they lost all of their air packs and their bunker gear, and their trucks have to go through a decontamination process. Their trucks have to go through a decontamination process.
Ew, oceans. Imagine being gross and sweaty. Oh my god. Oh, I hate y'all so much.
Process. You know what's not going through a decontamination process? The houses of the people that live there, the schools, the churches, the restaurants, the grocery stores, the businesses themselves, the cars, everything else. But the fire truck gets to go through a decontamination process. Their things that they're wearing have to be thrown away, but the clothes on the backs of the people that live there, no, they're not going to replace those. I need you guys to really understand how awful this looks when you step back and look at the big picture of it. It says here that departments in Trumbull and Beaver counties have donated air packs until they can get more. East Palestine staff will get fit for new gear Sunday morning, blah, blah, blah. All I know is it's expensive to replace gear. And if they had had the correct heads up of what that train was carrying, they would have been prepared to, one, protect their health by wearing the correct suits. And then the city would not have to spend money to replace the suits. There's a lot here, people. I understand I'm all over the place, but it's because I don't know how you categorize this. How do you put these things in a this kind of order? Because they all, it's not just this. They all go together to make this one big picture that's, it's just, y'all, it blows my mind. And everybody's like, oh my God, you're beating a dead horse. Why do you keep talking about East Palestine? Because this has to do with our fellow Americans, my guys. Like, of course I'm going to keep talking about it because this is something that affects them and it affects us and it affects everybody. If you really stop and think about it and really look at it, it just does not make sense to me that people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just a little bit of toxic fumes in the air and in the water and in the soil. Yeah, just a little bit that will continue on for years and years and years and kill people. So there's that. I don't even know what to do now, y'all. There's the phone numbers for the clinic if you want to go to the clinic, but why would you want to go there? There's just a lot going on. I personally am not going to go watch that movie, White Noise. I'm not going to give Vanguard any more money in their pockets, BlackRock any more money in their pockets. I'm not going to go watch that movie. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I refuse to go watch it, just FYI. I'd rather go read the book from the 80s than watch the movie. But why do any of it? All you got to do is turn on the news and YouTube and you can see exactly what's going on. It's absolutely atrocious what has happened.
Lady Bathory, he's saying that they're saying that the Earth's core, stopped rotating. I heard a little bit about that, but not too much, not enough to like speak on it. Hey, Jack. Right, T, that makes so much sense. Right. This is about done. Let's finish this off real quick.
Happening in Ohio. So that's that. Listen, I don't know if there's going to be more updates tomorrow. I don't know what else they could possibly come up with that is going to make things okay, because none of it's okay. But I also don't know what the next steps are, because they're still trying to clean up. They're still saying they're cleaning up. They're still trying to, help the citizens, but they're not really helping them. They're not doing anything. They're talking a lot, but they're not actually doing anything to help the people of East Palestine or the surrounding areas. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I got more stuff for you guys later. Maybe later today, but definitely tomorrow. Not to do with this, because we gotta talk about some other stuff just besides this. But for now, just if you haven't watched the previous videos, watch them so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Go check out other channels. I know Redacted's done some stuff on it. There's a couple other channels people have mentioned that have talked about it, and I can't think of all of them right now. If I can think of them or come across them, I'll put links in the description for you to go check those out. But I think that's it for right now. I would like to know your thoughts on all of this, especially if you made it through the cobalt part. I know that part was a little technical and whatever else, but I find it very important.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know if it stopped or reversed or what. I only heard a little bit. The news been saying that every 70 years the inner core stops rotating and spins either direction, but I think that's a little bull crack. I think something is happening. What do you think is happening, Jonathan? We lived there while our house was being repaired from Hurricane Ida damage. I wanted to stay. Wait, I want to stay, but have businesses to tend to. Yeah, I could not imagine starting over, but I would love to live in Florida. Absolutely. There's not really a topic, Phil. We started out kind of talking about Controlla a little bit, and then we went into this rabbit hole of the shit that's happening in Ohio. Oh, I think so. Also, according to what the earthquake guys, what did he say? Yeah, this is about everything, pretty much. I made a community post a little while back saying, you know, I don't want to just talk about Controlla, especially once I get the computer set up, which, by the way, I'm not very bright. I have no idea. Like, it's been over 10 years since I've had an actual computer, so I don't know how none of that shit works. I try to look up what would be like the best streaming situation, and according to Google, it's either, I think, OBS or XSplit or something like that. And I have no fucking idea how to run any of that shit. But I will be like watching some videos and tutorials and stuff like that to figure it out loud. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Oh, thank you. Not when it comes to computer type of stuff though. I'm not like tech savvy. I have no idea how. Look how long it took me to figure out StreamYards, and I still don't even have it down. Like, I can't even watch a video without muting myself, which is not fun at all. I don't like it. Cunty is way too boring and scary looking at the same day. Yeah. Did y'all see, Isla, did you see that clip I sent earlier? She looks crazy. She literally looks, like T said, she literally looks like a grease ball. She looks crazy as hell. You're more tech savvy than, yeah. A little bit more tech savvy than you, but when it comes, so maybe with the phone, right? Like, I can do some shit on an iPhone all day, but when it comes to computer shit, I don't know nothing about nothing. I just don't. There's other stuff that I can do here on StreamYards as well, but I don't know how to do any of it. I'm glad she has the black. Yeah, after seeing that little clip today, I'm glad she has the black screen too. I don't know what the fuck she's got going on. Yeah, just everything about that little, it was so weird. She has two black eyes. Yeah, that's for the 2%. Oh my god, I was a few seconds behind, but VXO, you seem extremely knowledgeable with this shit. I thought you were doing this for, no. Fuck no. Absolutely not. I used to go live from some random iLive or some shit like that on my phone, but this is the first time I've actually ever pulled the laptop out. But the computer, the PC, is totally different. And I have to have like an actual program. Like, I could do StreamYards, but to do like the game and stuff that I want to do, I have to have like an actual program. And I don't know how none of that stuff works. Yeah, Rick's got her looking loco. I don't know what the she's got going on. I did hear that she's been sniffling and shit though. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I will say. Rick's definitely got her fucking shook though. I know that. Oh, I don't even know, man. I haven't seen a whole lot, but just from the little bit that I have seen, she's like calling the police on people and oh my goodness. He is a natural on the tubes. Yeah, you do. I don't think you, well, maybe you have to have a little bit of patience. I'm like naturally a calm person though. I have patience, so maybe that helps a little bit. As far as like knowing stuff, I don't know shit about nothing. Nothing. May not be tech savvy, but I have seen you after a 12-hour shift. Yeah, I can do that. I can pull off a 12-hour shift. We will be on cam soon too, y'all. Once I get like the desk set up. Yo, I was looking at the cameras. This one camera was like $130. I was like, what the fuck? For a little webcam? Come on now. Don't need all that. Anyway, once we get the whole little setup, I'm going to have like a background, a camera. We'll do the whole shebang. You know what, T? You know how I was telling you that we were running out of steel? You know that we're not running this weekend because we made too many parts. I didn't even tell you that yet. Make that shit make sense. Because it don't. Oh, now Ronnie comes through. Okay. She didn't have the dang app she used. Wait. She didn't have the dang app she uses on? Huh? What is you talking about, Willis? I want to join. You can join anytime. I would love to have you, Vicious. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lady Bathory as well. Like I said at the beginning, I literally almost made a community post saying I'm not going live until Lady Bathory gets on the panel with me. She is a mess, though. Who said that? I think that was Ocean's daughter said that. She is a mess, though. For sure. For sure. There's a lot of apps I've seen for filters on it. So she uses, I didn't realize this until me and someone were having a conversation about someone else that we know that uses the Prism app. You can use, and she does use, and you could tell because if you watch her her video uploaded straight from YouTube, you can see like the texture in her face and shit like that. But when you watch her from the actual Prism app, you can tell that it's got like a beauty filter or like a blur filter or something. Her skin is way fucking different when she uses the Prism app. Way different. Welcome back, Jonathan. I didn't know that you could use apps for like filters while you were streaming until me and someone were talking and put two and two together. I didn't realize that. Right, that's what I'm saying, Isla. She just randomly comes through at the end. I've seen coffee with better filters than her. Oh my goodness. Isla, my man here, trying to put his head up my ass. Oh, goodness. Ronnie, I hope you're having a great weekend and congratulations on your new store. Girl, you're a businesswoman now. She needs to return them Tula products. They ain't fucking working. Yeah. Yeah, it was T. I didn't want to put you out there like that, but yeah, it was T. We were talking about someone else that we know uses Prism, and she one day was like just messing with it, so it didn't click at first though. And then not only does Controlla use a filter, but she also for some reason reverses the camera, like switches camera sides, which is why when she got into her accident, it looks like she's on the right side. I don't would it be flip, reversed? I don't really know the word, but y'all know what I mean. Ronnie put him to sleep real quick, or right quick. I didn't either until I saw the huge difference and looked into it. Yeah, and said something about it in her chat before I got banned. She 100%, like, I'm willing to put money on it. I'm positive that she uses a filter. Like I said, she fucked up and uploaded a video directly from YouTube, and you could tell, like, you can just tell. Even her pictures, like, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care either way. I'm just saying the way she tries to call other people out, she definitely uses a filter. Yeah, I never noticed that. Which part? She had it set right on Prism. Does he know he is your boyfriend, Oceans? Wait, what? Chloroform works on my boyfriend. I missed that. Oh, I just pulled safely over to text. Lady Bath 3. Get home first and then come to the chat. Everyone needs to drive safely. Yo, oh my God. That reminds me. Was it Ronnie? Either Ronnie or Skelly. One of them uploaded a clip of Controlla on a motherfucking live reading her chat. And then she says, while she's driving, you can hear like the wind and all the little noises. And then she speaks to someone driving. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But then the bitch has the nerve to say, don't text while you're driving. You're driving fucking dangerous or some crazy ass shit. I shouldn't say I couldn't believe it because I can believe everything at this point, but it was like, wow, bitch. Hold on. Ronnie, did you have that clip? Are you still in the chat? Let me see. Hang on. Let me go back. Ronnie is going to be your pen pal. That's a one bad built bitch. I would go live with you ladies. Ronnie has my number. Oh, does she now? Okay. That's why she ain't been around. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'll send her a mug shot. Wait, I'll send her a mug with her mug shot, right? All right. Answer my question. It wasn't you? Okay. So maybe it was Skelly. Give me a second, y'all. Hang on. Somebody uploaded that motherfucker. What is it now? The owls? Owls. It had to have been a short because it wasn't long at all. No, maybe not. Hang on, it might take me a second to find it because there's Controlla's response to Amber. Biggest victim, LARPing. Wait, maybe it wasn't him. It might be this one. Hang on.
She blow dries her eyelashes? What? No, she doesn't blow dry her eyelashes. No way. That's not real. That's not.
No, that's not it. Do y'all know? Someone has to know what I'm talking about. She's in the car and she starts yelling at someone else that they're driving dangerous because they're on the phone, but she's literally in her chat. Right, David. No filter can hide the ugliness of her personality. Someone's got to know. Where's Norkel? Oh, it's on her video. First few minutes, I commented about it. It got deleted. Do you know the name of the live that she did it on by chance? Oh, she uploaded a video and said, "Y'all are gathered here every day because of me." Yes, everyone comes to the tubes every day because of Controller. I'm pretty sure I've had my account for like 12 years or some crazy ass shit, but sure. Sure. All right, let me see. 3 days ago? Okay. Let's see. 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 4 days ago. Uh-oh. Did she delete it? Yeah, let me know, because I don't, Skelly showed it a bunch of times. I can't remember where it is. I know it's on his video, though. Suck a dick, I think. Oh my goodness. I think she said that in front of her kid or something like that. Hang on. I'm gonna try this one from 2 days ago. Hang on.
Oh. That looks better at least. What up, KKLOLOMG? KKLOLOMG. KKLOLOMG. I mean, I guess I should like say my message that I said earlier, but basically, I'm not gonna play this game anymore. Like, I'm not gonna do the back and forth. I'm not talking about anything. I called Middlesex County Middlesex County Court, and explained the situation. The police department and the court are literally connected. Like, the entrance to the police department is the entrance to the courthouse. That made me feel a whole lot better. And what else? They also said that I have the right to push the press for charges where I live, which is what I will be doing. So, anywho, also, rookies can't do dick. Oh, also, no, there's no other. Also, I'm gonna push the charges to the press, and then what will happen is a warrant will be issued, and then when we go to New Jersey, I can say he has a warrant in Staten Island, and then they will arrest him. That's all that's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time for those of you in the back who didn't hear it, because this has been going on for 2 months. I have the right to request for charges to be pressed. I have a right to request that a complaint be made. I have the right to push for someone to be arrested. I have that right because I am the victim in this matter. So, and that's some of I told that.
Oh, that had me dying the other day. I don't know if y'all seen my community post. I didn't see this live. I seen Skelly's clip. I'm the victim in this matter. We gotta hear that shit again. Y'all could hear it, right? Yo, she on some shit for real. Wait, for sure, because shit she been saying is crazy. Oh my god. No, she didn't go to court yet. Can y'all hear it? Yes? No? Maybe so? 2 months, 6 calls. She fabricates these numbers. Absolutely. Could y'all hear that while I was playing it? No, not. Oh, yes. No? Maybe so? Okay. Well, we're going to play that part again, and then we'll keep listening, because it kind of sounds like she's in the car.
In Staten Island, and then they will arrest him. That's all that's gonna happen. Okay? I'm gonna say it one more time for those of you in the back who didn't hear it. Because this has been going on for 2 months, I have the right to request for charges to be pressed. I have a right to request that a complaint be made. I have the right to push for someone to be arrested. I have that right because I am the victim in this matter. So, and that was from I am the victim in this matter.
She says it with such conviction. Holy shit. Hold on. One more
A
time.
lieutenant just told me to push for someone to be arrested. I have that right because I am the victim in this matter. So, that was
I am the victim in this matter. Okay. Okay. All right, let's speed it back up and find this other part. Fucking gold. I don't care what nobody says.
from the lieutenant. A lieutenant just told me that. I spoke to a lieutenant. A lieutenant just told me that. So the lieutenant said that because I filed a police report because it's continuing, I have the right to request for a complaint and sign that complaint and request that a warrant be issued, and he has to go to court and deal with that as a charge. And once a warrant is issued, I can, and if he shows up in New Jersey, I can then tell the New Jersey court officers, hey, he's got a warrant for his arrest in Staten Island, and then they can arrest him.
Hey, arrest him. There's no way. Fuck me, man. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. I'm crying already. How far are we into this? 3 minutes. I can't even do this shit right now. Oh my gosh. Is it echoing? Let me know if it's echoing, because if it is, I'll share it and then I'll mute up. Oh my god. At la a captain, a commissioner, a Supreme Court justice, blah blah blah. I cannot do this. Put your period panties on. I can't, y'all. I'm literally crying already. It's been 3 minutes. 3 fucking minutes. God. Okay, hold on. Back up.
And request that a warrant be issued, and he has to go to court and deal with that as a charge. And once a warrant is issued, I can, and if he shows up in New Jersey, I can then tell the New Jersey court officers, hey, he's got a warrant for his arrest in Staten Island, and then they can.
Hey! There's no way that this is a 36-year-old woman. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Hey! Oh my god. Oh god. Hey!
Arrested and request that a warrant be issued, and he has to go to court and deal with that as a charge. And once a warrant is issued, I can, and if he shows up in New Jersey, I can then tell the New Jersey court officers, hey, he's got a warrant for his arrest in Staten Island, and then they can arrest him. Because, well,
Arrest him. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey. Arrest him. Oh my god. Let me breathe. This stupid bitch, I swear to god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna chill out.
though New York does not have jurisdiction in New Jersey, they do cooperate between states. And if you have a warrant out for your arrest in the next county over, which would be Richmond County, that county can arrest you.
Oh my god.
Also, a lot of courts ask you, especially since COVID, what is your business today in court? Why are you here? They're going to ask you that, especially when they see a bunch more people in court than they're supposed to be.
That's like irrelevant. It doesn't matter. They can literally say, I'm here to see Carissa's case. Like, what the fuck? Hey, I'm here to see Carissa's case.
So, I'm not playing this game, you know? They will extradite him for a warrant. Yes, they will extradite him. It's a warrant.
Okay. See, on a serious note, okay. What is the warrant? Like, what is the charge? Anybody? Anybody? Got a clue what the charge is? Hey, I'm here for Chris's case. Oh my god. There's no way this is real fucking life. Oh gosh. Hey, I'm the victim.
Warrant. They will extradite him.
Oh my god.
They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous. They will extradite him for a warrant for the next county over.
There it goes. She's literally on live telling this person that it's dangerous to be on your phone while driving. Let me slow that down. Hold on. We are, excuse me. We are 4 minutes into this shit, y'all. 4 fucking minutes.
They will extradite him for a warrant. Yes, they will extradite him. It's a warrant. They will extradite him. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous. They will extradite him for a warrant for the next county over.
On her phone. On her phone. And you can tell that she's responding to people in her fucking chat. Yes, they will extradite him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck me, man. Oh my god.
Extradite him for a warrant. Yes, they will extradite him. It's a warrant. They will extradite him. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your.
She doesn't even believe the shit that she's saying. She's fucking stuttering.
They will extradite him for a warrant. Yes, they will extradite him. It's a warrant. They will extradite him. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous.
Can't even.
They will extradite him
Hey, self-awareness.
for a warrant for the next county over.
Cannot with this bitch. Hey, I'm a hypocrite.
No, I have insurance for the next county over. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous.
Hey, I'm doing the same thing.
They will extradite. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous. They will extradite him for a warrant for the next county over.
I cannot. Bro, Ronnie, she's dead ass serious. Listen. Oh shit, I went back too far. Damn it. Me and my fucking oh no, I didn't. It's still right here.
For a warrant for the next county over.
No, go back up there.
They will extradite. They will extradite him for a warrant. Lady, get off of your phone and drive because what you're doing is so dangerous.
So dangerous. So dangerous. Oh my god. Hey. Self-awareness. I cannot.
They will extradite him for a warrant for the next county over.
My cheeks hurt. Wow.
No, I haven't spoken to Detective Squad yet, but I will.
Detective Squad? The squad?
My evidence is his channel.
Our evidence is your channel. Hey. More self-awareness. Oh my god.
Good morning. Do you have colons? Yes. What size do you have? That's good.
11.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
He can't say that it's shtick when he called my kid's school. That's where he crossed the, thank you.
I would actually like to see proof of this because I've heard that mentioned so many times. Oh my gosh, man. Isla, her voice has changed and she started trying to act proper. I want to be honest, she speaks on our alleged mental illnesses. However, she has got to seriously look in the mirror if she believes any of what she says. Yeah. She literally just told someone to stop looking at their phone. They're being dangerous as she's on her phone driving. There's no way, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
That's where he crossed the line. That's where he crossed the major line. When he called my kid's school, not once, not twice, but 4 fucking times, and then proceeded to threaten school administration, that's when it's no longer a character. Okay?
Okay. 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 Did you understand it? Okay. Someone's car alarm's going off. Hang on a second, y'all. I'm gonna look at my ring app.
Because the way that the school took it was that he put 900 children in danger. And they blame me for that shit, too. True. I just wanted it to be clear. Because I have given people every fucking opportunity to leave me alone. Just leave me alone, dude. You can make all the videos you want to make. Don't call my kid's school. Don't pop up on me in real life. I take that as a fucking threat. Like, y'all aren't meeting up with me so we could go in the back and fucking burn one down. You wish me harm. Look out of here. What type of time? And like, it blows me. Like, if I was any of y'all's daughter, right? If I was your...
I'm gonna share this real quick and then go in the front yard. I'll be right back.
If I was something, if Rick was doing this to one of y'all's daughters, right? How would y'all feel? Like, y'all would be okay with it? Y'all be like, oh, it's good. No worries. Who gives a shit? Like, no. Like, y'all wouldn't want this happening to your daughter. So why is it okay for him to pretend that I have a dick in between my legs and it's okay to intimidate me? Like, I don't understand. Like, this went way past, like, just, like, talking shit on the internet. And then I see these things like, I'm scared because of X. Bro, I don't give a fuck about people, like, I don't give a fuck about this court date. I don't. Even when I spoke to the cops in New Jersey just now, I said, I don't really give a shit about the court date. I'm like, I'm very confident that things will work out the way that they're supposed to. I didn't throw threats at him. And the fact that you want to lie and say that I threw a threat at him is really disgusting, because that is you people that like go along with his delusions. You're not helping him. I never threatened him ever, not once. Never. I had a private conversation with somebody and we don't even need to get into the details. No, that's not what happened. What happened was I went into the DX Discord, okay? And I basically asked what the fuck, like what's gonna happen? And I was told he's gonna do this.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's behind me. I have no idea why they're not stopping it. My bad.
He's gonna do that. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. And I was like, word, he does that. I'm gonna do this.
I love how she leave. Oh shit! Hey Willow, it's good to see you. If I thought my daughter was in danger, I wouldn't be on the. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't be on the internet. Oh shit! Stop moving. But then again, myself and a couple dozen others have told me that. Yep, absolutely. Excuse me. I love how she's leaving out the fact that she initially went into that Gamble dude's Discord and said like, oh, let me in on this Rick shit. Like, she was looking for it. She was asking for it. But she's just going to start this story out on, claiming or making it seem as if basically insinuating that he said something to her first. No, she went at him.
I never threatened him. That's not a threat. People are telling me, oh, he's gonna show up and pop up on you in real life. And
That was absolutely 100,000% a threat. It doesn't matter if you said it through someone else. It was still a fucking threat. So people who don't like the guy are going to defend him by saying she came. Right, exactly. Gamble doesn't even like that dude. And he was like, no, she came in my Discord wanting to start shit with him. Get the fuck out of here. You don't just get to leave that part out that you went in there looking for shit. Stop trying to go at people. Stop trying to save other people. Stop interjecting yourself into people's shit. Period. Y'all think cops sit around, blaze weed, and watch YouTubers threaten other YouTubers? Right. No, I doubt it. Absolutely, T. It's 100% a threat. She has to be, Ronnie, because there's no way. This shit don't make no sense. Yeah, he didn't like that. And I don't blame him. When you watch your child struggle with something and then hear someone basically try to downplay it and then categorize it by saying that drug addicts are no, no, I'd have been pissed too. You don't just wake up an addict one day. Like, that shit don't happen. And that's coming from an addict.
And my reaction was that. I literally said, if somebody shows up, if somebody pulls up on me in real life, I'm going to protect myself. And that.
Literally not what she said. Literally not what she said. And we've all seen it. Like, how is she denying this right now? Like, my head hurts.
That was, people said that was a threat. How is that a threat? How is me saying, if you pull up on me, I'm going to defend myself? Saying I'm going to, it's delusion. It's delusion. My in-laws cannot pick her up from school. And I explained why my in-laws can't pick her up from school. My in-laws have to take their own child to the doctor for a seizure disorder. So.
You know, T, I wonder that myself. Because there's no way, and I didn't even get a lot of time with my parents, but there's no way that either one of my parents would have been like, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. No, they'd have been like, if you don't fucking quit or get out my house and leave your kid here, like, no.
Please don't tell me what my in-laws can and can't do, because the first thing that I did was call my father-in-law and say, I have court. Can you pick up Ellie from school? No, I can't. I have to take Gianna to the doctor that day. Oh my God, I'm like nauseous from the heat.
I don't know, T. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. My grandma would have beat my ass. There's no way. No goddamn way. She ain't going nowhere when we're... Oh my gosh. Willow. That's the in-law saying, fuck you. I'm sure they know she is trash. Her mom and siblings live in that state, allegedly. Right? I'm sure something could... I'm sure she can work something out. She just doesn't want to. There's a difference. She wants to take her baby in there, so she has like that pity, you know, oh, I'm a single mom, because she uses that as a shield. Hey, Cree. Why can't the baby stay? I don't know. Now she's driving people to fucking doctor's appointments and shit now. Like, okay.
Yeah, that was after. That was after I was told he was going to do X, Y, and Z. No, I explained this like last week at my sister-in-law. Okay, so when my in-laws went to Florida, my sister-in-law had a
Yes, it is a terrible idea to expose your kid, especially at such a young age. And you don't know exactly what's going to happen as far as like what they're going to actually charge you with or anything like that. Like if they say the words child neglect in front of your child, like I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't want my kid hearing that shit. And she's to the age now where, you know, stuff's going to stick with her. I'm a widow baby. By the looks of it, she may run out of cars after Gary. She may want to fix that e-bike. As we know, only pedaling she does is backwards. Absolutely. Stop telling that girl's business. Damn. Right.
had a seizure. It's possible that she had the seizure disorder her entire life, and we just never knew. But my sister-in-law had a seizure when they went to Disney World like a month or two ago, and since my
Lady Bathory, I'm sure they will. I think she thinks this is going to work in her favor, but in reality, it's probably going to backfire, like most of her decisions do.
my family has been trying to find out what was the cause of the seizure, so it's a very serious thing. And they have to go to the specialist that day in Manhattan. So yeah. First of all, why would I go? Like, what you people are weird. There's no reason for me to go to jail. I've been going to criminal court for many years, many years. There's always been kids in the courtroom, so I don't understand what world you people live in. Like, there aren't single moms in this world. Did I forget something? I had to go to the store.
Who's she talking to? Who did she just tell she had to go to the store? Did she leave and not tell her dad again? Hold on, let me read her chat real quick. Hang on. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. The live chat's not, there we go. Until you post bail, if you're not indicted, aren't you taken into custody in New Jersey? Jail, Google Kids in courtroom. Excuse me, pretty common. The judge will not allow them in the courtroom. If you end up going to jail, your daughter will be witnessing it. That's not good. Literally everyone in her chat is trolls. Oh my god. Don't share everything online. Why didn't you report it first instead of the threats? Are you itchy today, controller? Offer the judge a drag of your weed when you... Yeah, so she's got to be talking to her dad. So she left without even saying anything to her dad. Again, left her kid with her dad and didn't even say nothing. Let's hear that again. Hold on.
I had to go to the store.
Now that I turned it up a little bit, it kind of sounds like the baby asked her where she was.
I had to go to the store.
So you just leave and don't even say nothing to nobody? Like, what if she's looking for you? What if she needs something? Oh my gosh, man. Wow. Imagine just taking off, leaving, not saying nothing to your kid. And if the kid don't know, I'm sure the dad probably don't. This shit don't make no fucking sense, man. She muted up right after too. Oh my god. Right, Norcal, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't tell her you're leaving. You don't ask if she wants nothing. Maybe she wants a Gatorade, a water. Like, we're just two different types of people, man.
What up? One side looks good and one side looks retarded. Oh, Jackie, now you get to get blocked. Bye. You're not welcome here. No, that's literally not how it works, but go off.
Right, Ronnie. Hey, Ellie can't have water. Wow, this bitch.
I mean, I don't keep files on anyone. I don't have time. I don't give a fuck. I don't even keep files that I should keep files on.
You don't keep files on people? I'm gonna need to hear that one again. Please hold. Let me slow this down real quick, actually.
Yeah, keep files and what, right? What up, Sarah? I mean, I don't keep files on anyone. I don't have time. I don't give a fuck. I don't even keep files that I should keep files on.
Interesting.
Like, what crap are you on? Sarah, they'll never treat churches like church is a fucking lost cause. I love how like these people come in my chat room, like
Meantime, between time, she has a whole fucking file on Bombshell with like 500 pages in it. But okay. She records her motherfucking phone calls. But okay. Go off, as you just said.
majority. Okay, so most of the people in my chat have been here for at least a year, at least. All the newest people have been here for at least 3 months. What up, Chaz? So I'm just confused as to like what do people like think that is going to be realized that isn't already realized. Like just because you're a weak bitch that has to be part of fucking a hate group, like I don't know what to tell you. You can tell these people never had fucking friends in high school. No, my kid left stuff in the toilet.
Also, meantime, between time, she's been following Bombshell to community after community after community to make good with these people, just to turn around and end up fighting with them because she tries to be cool with people for all the wrong reasons. Hey, hypocrite. Hey, I do the same thing every time. Oh my gosh, this shit is unreal.
The toilet, so I had to flush it because I think that's supposed to just leave it in there. Yeah, no, that's literally not the truth. You nothing that you just said was truthful. So I'm not mad at the truth. You both-faced lie. Like that's
Nothing you ever say is truthful. Literally nothing.
That's what I get mad at. The bold-faced lies. You don't know how to tell the truth when it comes to me, and it's sad. It's like the saddest thing I've ever seen because like they are literally like these are grown people that just don't know how to act. Just oh, I don't feel like going around the backyard to go grab that other shit. So, hi, Dylan. I used to be afraid to say that I was a good mom. I used to be afraid to call myself a good mom. Not today. Not today. I know I'm a good mom. I know that I'm a good mom. This is definitely what a good mother looks like. Yesterday, we had a great day. I wish I could tell you guys about the great day that we had, but I shared it on Instagram. I can't discuss what we did, but it was fun. And it was all centered around the little. She got to do all the things that she wanted to do.
Wow, she got one day.
I focus my days around, Ellie. It's not like, oh, come do something that I think is fun. No. We had a great time. We had a really good time.
Good, you're supposed to. You're on vacation.
Yep, the weather was very nice. It didn't even get cold at all. This entire winter in New York, it's shocking. It barely snowed. It was just a very mild winter in New York. Oh, Target. I don't know if Target still has them, but I found these drinks at Target and they're amazing. So they're fruit teas. They're boba fruit teas. They have, and somebody was making fun of me because they had sugar in them, and they're like, oh, you're gonna get fat because all the sugar, I'm already fat, so there's that. But no, it's boba fruit tea, and it has like little boba pearls, like fruit boba pearls, and it has like black tea and green tea, and they're really good. They're really, really good. Like if you like brewed teas, they're really good. And by brewed teas, you know what I mean? Like you could taste that it's a brewed tea. It's not like it's not just like a powder tea, like They have a passion.
Wait. What, Ronnie? This dummy said I didn't endanger my kid. I asked her and she said I didn't. Really? She's the best cream of the crop. Yeah. Wow.
Passion. I think it's like a mango passion fruit one, and it's really, really good. It's really, really good. I wish I had what's today? Is today Wednesday? Yeah. I don't like alcohol.
Wait, she actually asked the baby, like on a live, if she endangered her? Oh my fucking God. She's 6. Like, she lied right there on the spot, literally, and said she wasn't on the phone in the first place. Oh my God, this lady. Like, I can't even. Yes, Oceans. I don't know how much more of this I can take, y'all.
Hi, Katie. I don't like alcohol. I mean, I get why people drink it and stuff, but I don't think that alcohol.
Why is she sniffling? Oh, okay. So she didn't ask her on live, but she... Okay. Still, she did it. I heard this part. It was wild. Play it. Okay.
Alcohol tastes good. In any capacity, it's nasty. I hate when people are like, oh no, you just have to drink it this way. You just have to drink it that way. No, it's nasty. No, I'm just saying, do you like the taste of alcohol? Like, it's appealing to you? Because, I know people that would drink alcohol and they, like the taste.
Tell us you've never had an authentic margarita without telling us you've never had an authentic margarita.
tea leaf cones, that's nasty. I don't want to smoke tea. So I still love you. How many days a week do you drink, Daryl? And I'm just asking. Maybe I shouldn't ask that. Never mind. I'm sorry. That's rude. I shouldn't ask that.
Wait, what? It's rude to ask someone? Oh my god. So you can just sit up here and like insinuate, insinuate? Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, basically insinuate that people that go at you that drink beer or whatever do it every single day and all day long and da 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 da. But it's rude for you to ask some. Okay, sure. All right, let me get through this.
Well, I do like when I was younger, I used to like the amaretto sours and the Midori sours. I did like the sour drinks, amaretto, Midori. Those were good. Those were like the sweet 16 drinks. If you went to a sweet 16, you were sure to get one of those. That's good. Listen, weekend warriors, that's fine. I only say it's a problem if you drink 5+ days a week. Or even like if you're drinking 4 out of 7 days of the week, I think that's a little bit much. I don't.
Serious question. Like dead ass serious question. What does it matter? So I'm assuming that Control's issue, right, with people drinking is the fact that they, have kids and a wife and a life outside of, working or whatever. So what fucking difference does it make if someone comes home after work and drinks? Or if they spend if you're a weekend warrior, do you know what a weekend warrior means, you dumbass? That means you're just like partying. Those are two different things. I can't even believe the shit that I'm hearing right now.
Well, I don't think that drinking, if you're just drinking on the weekend, I guess, I guess that could be acceptable.
Acceptable? Oh my. I just used the word acceptable. Holy shit. Acceptable, by the way. Acceptable, y'all. Acceptable.
I don't think that drinking, if you're just drinking on the weekend, I guess, I guess that could be acceptable. It's just alcohol is really, really bad for you. Well, that's good. If you don't smoke weed, I can understand that. Yeah. Like if you don't smoke weed, I get it. Because like some people don't smoke bud at all and they like have like a beer at the end of the day. I don't think that that's a problem because I don't think like one beer, you're not getting drunk off 1 to, or even whatever it is, like a couple of beers. Like let's just say like you drink like 2 beers after work. Like let's just say you drink like 2 beers after work. And even if it is every day, if you're not drunk, if you don't get drunk, then it doesn't matter, in my opinion. And like there are people too that like they say that like wine has like a really they say that wine can have a medicinal effect, like the antioxidants. Like they say that wine has antioxidants.
Right. See, that I'm just like blown away right now. The fact that she used the word acceptable after claiming that she spent all this time doing fucking fentanyl, heroin, you name it. Like, NorCal, we ain't about to start that shit, okay? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't really like these cones. Raw. It's like so much paper. I would like to maybe cut back on smoking. I think that people think that I smoke way more than I actually do smoke, though. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like, I think that people think that like I'm sitting here all day, like stoned.
You are. We've been watching you do it for years. What the fuck? What the fuck? She literally just gaslights the fuck out of people. This is insane. And we haven't even gotten to the part that T wants me to hear yet. Oh my gosh.
No, methadone is used for opiate addiction, but it's also used for pain. So like there's people that have probably there's people that could be on methadone that never did a drug in their life. So I have said this before and I'll say it again. I have a friend whose husband is very ill with cancer. Like he's fighting for his life, okay? And he's on methadone. And the reason why he's in the clinic is because the dose of methadone that he needs, he can only get at a clinic. I think that people just think methadone automatically means, oh, well, you're a junkie. That's not what it means. Like, there's people that are on methadone for pain management. I think that you could have healthy and unhealthy relationships with substances. I don't know if my relationship with bud is healthy or unhealthy.
NorCal, literally. What the fuck? Wow.
But I know that my relationship with methadone is healthy. I have a healthy relationship with methadone. I don't misuse it. I don't overtake it.
Didn't we just watch her double dose? Or am I fucking tripping? Right, Oceans. Like, as long as she's been doing this shit, she has not tried to, like, further her channel or, like, and I don't mean to sound like I'm fucking professional or anything, but, like, she straight up is just grinding in people's ears right now. Like, she don't even mute up or... I literally apologize to you guys because of the trains, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I do plan on, once we get the setup, getting a little acoustic things and the soundproof curtain and everything. Yeah, are you sure? Are you sure about that? This shit is insane. Also, I forgot to mention, she does this for donos. Like, she wants to make money off of this. That was kind of where I was getting at, was like, she doesn't even try to make it as if it's a job. There's no way that you think you can sit behind a black screen grinding weed in people's ears and, like, call that content to where people are donating. Like, oh, I appreciate this content. I'm here for it type of shit. Like, okay, like I said, two different types of people.
I don't know, honestly. Yeah. I mean, nicotine's a drug. Everything is a drug, if you want to go that route. But methadone is still a medication, a drug, however you want to put it. And if I could stop taking methadone, I'll feel a little bit, sweaty. That's about it. It's not going to kill me. Like, you people have like this warped view of like what methadone is and isn't. No, it wouldn't. No, you're good. I don't mind having these conversations. Weed alone wouldn't help with the pain. I am going to start going back to the orthopedic though, because I know what my, I wanted to know what exactly were my injuries, but now I want to know like ways that I can help my injuries, because this bitch is not allowed here, like injuries, but now I want to know. I am going to start going back to the orthopedic though, because like I know what my like I wanted to know what exactly were my injuries, but now I want to know like ways that I can help my injuries because
What? What? Oh my God.
because like I know what my like I wanted to know what exactly were my injuries, but now I want to know like ways that I can help my injuries because this bitch is not allowed here, like ever. Like just you're not welcome. Yes, I went on methadone to get off of fentanyl. I stayed on methadone for pain management. I stayed on methadone maintenance because of pain management. Vivitrol, I mean, it works for some. There's not one set path. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Well, thankfully I'm in counseling.
See, she used to be on Suboxone as well. That was one of the reasons why her and I kind of connected in the first place. So, how she went from that to where we are now doesn't make sense. Butt crack, by the way.
You want to know my injuries? Because it's not just one. I have 2 herniated discs in my neck. I think it's C2, C3, C3, C4, as well as 2 disc herniations in my back. I have severe nerve damage. Well, the bulges in my back are my L4, L5, my L5. Wait, no, my L. I don't know. I just know that I also have one of the injuries is also on my S1, which is the.
Did she just stutter and then say, I don't know? Okay. Hey, Devious. It's good to see you in here. Yeah, she was on Suboxone T. Like I said, that was one of the reasons why her and I connected in the first place. Because we were both on Suboxone. So how we went from that to where we are now just doesn't make sense. And right, Lady Bathory, first of all, if you had all of those injuries, there's no way, first of all, that she would be able to do half the shit she does. But how could you forget them on top of that? Okay.
The very tip of my spine, which causes immense pain in my lower extremities. I also have a 13 by 8 millimeter cystic lesion on my left scapula, which is my shoulder. I have tendonitis in my rotator cuff of my left shoulder as well. So those are my.
I dare someone in like 2 weeks to ask her the same question. I guarantee you it's going to be different. Except for the shoulder.
Injuries. I can pain in my hips. Like, no, the trampoline park did hurt or through, and that's why I'm on medication so that I'm not a cripple, so that I can enjoy severe pain in my hips. Like, no, the trampoline park did hurt or through, and that's why I'm on medication so that I'm not crippled, so that I can enjoy 5 minutes of jumping on a trampoline with my 6-year-old for our birthday, out for the year. Everything.
Either she edited this, which I'm not sure if you can edit it without the I don't think the live chat shows up after, or her internet was breaking out really bad because that didn't even make sense.
The thing with the lower back, like the thing with that S1 injury, it causes severe pain in my hips. Like,
Also, real quick, she seemed absolutely fine. She posted a video of herself jumping, but I digress. What are these injuries from?
no, the trampoline park did hurt or through, and that's why I'm on medication so that I'm not a cripple, so that I can enjoy 5 minutes of jumping on a trampoline with my 6-year-old for her birthday, out for the year. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. I'm always in pain to some degree. There's never where I'm like, oh, I'm not in any pain at all to make pain. I'm always in some degree of pain. And that sucks. That's the worst feeling. And like, and I'm glad that threshold for pain is different.
I don't know if her stuff's breaking up or what, but that's not on my end. Like, it's not loading on my end.
Right. Like my dad has, it doesn't affect him the same way that it affects me. Everybody deals with pain. My dad is one of those people that can just deal with pain. Different. Like my dad has, it doesn't affect him the same way that it affects me. Everybody deals with pain differently. Everybody's threshold for pain is different. It's just, that's life. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, what do they say? You got to move it or you're going to lose it. Yeah, I have fibromyalgia, whatever it is. I wasn't aware that like fibromyalgia was something that they
What?
tested for in a blood test. And I was talking to my doctor and I'm like, yeah, they told me I have fibromyalgia. And he's like, no, you do have fibromyalgia. He's like, it's not, there's no debating it. Like there's no, they told you, like, no, it's in your chart because you have it. I felt like an asshole because I used to say that fibromyalgia was made up. He's like, it's definitely not made up. He's like, it's definitely not made up. So I'm very sorry for being so ignorant about things like that because I used to say that it was made up because I thought that it was made up. I thought that they were making up a disease. I thought that they were making up a disease because, med seeking. Well, because people who have generalized pain, if that makes sense. Because at that time, I was at the, yeah, that's, I thought that they were just saying that I had it because I was depressed and I had joint pain. I was young, I was very young. Yeah, I did the, I don't like those nerve tests, but I've done them. Yeah. And that's, I'm going to go back to the orthopedic though. That's why I want to move to Florida because I don't like the cold. And I think that the cold makes everything worse, makes me more depressed. It just, no, I don't want to. But I'm coming. Give me 1 second. Hi, Chloe Joe. I'm going to my orthopedic for the discs. That's why I want to go back to the orthopedic. Sorry if I confused you. That's why I want to go back to orthopedic. I also want to figure out why my knees are hurting me so bad lately. But my knees have been killing me so bad.
Gee, I fucking wonder. There's no way.
Lately. My hips, but I thought that it was probably my hips probably hurt because of the freaking the herniation. But I was also supposed to get an epidural, and the epidural, I feel like it helps sometimes, but it doesn't. I gained weight because of medication. So it's not just as easy as like, oh, just lose weight.
Just because you gain weight because of a medication, it doesn't mean you can't lose weight. Oh my goodness, man.
And like, it's crazy that everybody likes to pretend like I'm inactive. I have, like, I could show, like, I know that I move around, like, a lot. Like, I wear my watch all the time. It tracks my activity, my movement. Like, I have to try to look. I'm trying to like find like a pool club or something close to me, because that's the type of workouts that I need to do. Low resistance, like aerobics, like water aerobics. You know what medications doctors give you to lose weight? Adderall. I'm not taking fucking amphetamines. I don't even take amphetamines to focus. I'm not going to take them to lose weight. I mean, I'm definitely not. I'm not sitting on my ass 90% of the day. I wish that was the truth, but the last time I took Adderall, I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I took Adderall. I don't remember, honestly. I used to take it to focus. I took it after I had Ellie. I remember that. I don't want to add unnecessary medications. I don't just take methadone for pain. It's not just pain. Obviously, I have an addiction too. It's a little bit of a safety net. But no, I don't like taking I got too. I don't know if that's why I lost all that weight, because I stopped taking Adderall for a long time. No, I said that I literally said that I started taking it because I was addicted to drugs, and I stay on it for pain management. It's a little bit of both. No, the weight loss wasn't from fentanyl. So, like, try again. I lost weight long before fentanyl came into the picture. I only did fentanyl for like 2 months. I don't know what the fuck you people think. It was like a 2-month run, maybe 3. Maybe 3, but 3 is the absolute max. Like, I had a fucking 2.5 month run. No, can't imagine that fentanyl would make you lose weight. I lost weight from stress. I started losing weight after my husband died, and I stayed skinny all the way up until I went back on liquid methadone. Once I went back on liquid methadone, I gained the weight again. Yeah, fentanyl is serious. 3 months is a sufficient amount of time. Not to mention I was abusing methadone about a year prior to the fentanyl. So I was abusing methadone pills for about a year and then graduated to fentanyl and then stopped. Okay. Yes, now, currently. Like, now, take methadone responsibly. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I would know if I'm abusing drugs. I can lie to everyone else. I can't lie to myself. I mean, I can to a certain degree, but, you know. Yeah, no. I mean, well, that's why there's counselors and therapists in play. I know when I'm abusing drugs and I'm not doing the right thing. I think you people think I smoke way more than I do. Just saying. Anyways, has anything transpired on the tubes? I have a schedule, clearly. So I can turn it on, the damn TV. So what's up, you guys? We're going to do a live reaction to the new Jessica.
Where is the heroin part? Who does hardcore drugs for so... Yeah, right, see? Tell the truth, I can lie to you, but not myself. She admits to lying all the time, but people don't take heed to it. That's their own fault.
Kit video, so come on in and get yourself comfortable. I don't have all the equipment. As you should, Jen. As long as you're doing it responsibly, you're fine. And I hope you have a speedy recovery, and congrats on your recovery. It legit was on the bed, but now it's not. No, I have a schedule, meaning I have a schedule. I wake up. Well, it's a little different because this week Ellie doesn't have school, but usually I wake up, get my kid dressed, ready, prepared, off to school. And then I take, once that is all done, then I take my methadone. And then after I take my methadone, I usually smoke because I'm nauseous in the morning. I smoke so that I'm not nauseous anymore. So yeah, like a morning routine. Yes, I take methadone daily, every day. No, I'm not. It's not withdrawal. Methadone has a very long shelf life. It is literally not withdrawal. It's just my appetite has been fucked. And smoking helps with nausea.
Today we're going to tour someone's basement.
I know. What up, Jem? How many of you guys have medical degrees?
Why is she talking like this? What is this tone that she has? Right, Lady Bathory. She might have deleted it. Was it right after all that other shit, T? Let me speed it up a little bit more.
I'm strong in my own recovery. I don't believe that you have a psychology degree. Not for one moment do I believe that.
Once again, it's okay for her to question everyone else. But God forbid, you question something about her, she cries about it. Like you're the worst person in the whole world. Hey, Looking Beyond. It's good to see you. It's very Ocean's daughter. It's very like soft and weird. Like she don't fucking talk like this. Never had she talked like this. What is this right now? Yes, I was on methadone. You can go days without before major withdrawals. Oh damn. Her tone is she's Lady Bathory.
That'd be really unethical of you. Own recovery. I don't believe that you have a psychology degree. Not for one moment do I believe that. That'd be really unethical of you. That's sad. Again, your behavior is highly unethical. Yeah, but these aren't like so much questions as they're like, oh, what do you do? Well, you should do this. Instead of like, oh, well, whatever works for you, you know, I'm glad it works for you. I think you're delusional about the way that, about what you're doing right now. Like you can't even be honest about what you're doing right now.
She cannot be serious right now. Ethics, by the way, y'all. This is coming from our community counselor, by the way.
Yeah, it's the your way's better than my way.
Coming from the lady who just was telling people like, oh, if you drink, you know, during the weekend or whatever, that's quote unquote acceptable. This makes no fucking sense. Oh my gosh.
Trying to convince me to them abusing methadone. A cocktail? A cocktail, by the way? See how you twist things? You have to embellish things for it to sound good so that you could be in the right. And if you don't have that embellishment, you'll look like a scumbag. Yikes.
Hey, you're talking to yourself right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got sick. Yo, this guy has a crazy good voice. Listen to this. Listen to this guy's voice. Stages of change, of being and doing better, and that's what I'm doing. Hi, Texas Tiffany.
Baby, I'm going through withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch. Baby, city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. Fly me to the moon.
His voice is so
Let me
crazy.
play among the stars. Let me fill my heart with song.
Done so many positive things, getting my life back on track, getting into school, everything. So
You didn't know all the ways I loved you, no. So you took a chance and made all the plans. But I bet you didn't think that they would come crashing down, no. All alone. Now you tell me you need me. When you call me on the phone, girl, I refuse.
Steiner.
In the morning, at the diner on the corner, I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee.
His name is Henning May. So H-E-A-C. Counsel classes, because in like watching my classmates answer certain things, like I didn't realize like how much people don't understand addiction until, you know,
it was disgusting. And like, you know, people just, it's crazy. It's very, very crazy. But I did not know until I was sitting in class with people.
I'm 40, and someone recently told me that I didn't dress my age and I didn't look my age. So I both disagree and I kind of don't understand because, like, what's a 40-year-old supposed to look like? What does a 40-year-old dress like? I'm 40, and this is how I dress, and this is how I look.
I added some stars.
Like, anyone can ask me anything, like, but it's not asking questions. It's not asking questions. It's
What do you think? I attempted New Year's Eve nails, and this is how it went.
But yeah, it's not asking questions. It's telling me how I should live my life and how I should do my own recovery. They're disgusting. Really? Do you want to go there? Do you really want me to show my feet? Like, do y'all really want me to show my feet and embarrass y'all? Stop that. My feet are pretty. That's the thing. Like, it's not asking questions. It's trying to tell me how I should live my life, trying to condemn me. Like, yo, if you don't like how I do things, carry on. Like, word. Women that be giving birth at home by themselves, that's a special type of lady. I could never do that. I'm just getting started. My thing is like, why do these people choose to be like miserable? It's like, you know that you don't like me. Why watch me? Like, you're not gonna change me. That's not your place in life. Like, I don't understand. Like, these people trying to bully me into like living my life the way they think I should. Even if I do that, I'm gonna make other people unhappy. I'm always gonna make someone unhappy. That's why you should just move the fuck on. Like, y'all need a hobby. Maybe some of y'all should go back to school or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know who told these people like it's their job to like try.
I think she deleted it. See, I don't know. I'm like fast forwarding through it. What's funny to me though is she literally created an entire channel telling other people what they should and shouldn't do. And now she's out here like, oh, y'all need a hobby. Okay. Also, looking beyond just mentioned eyelashes, which I find kind of funny. She literally was going in on Ronnie talking about, oh, you didn't feel good about yourself, so you were trying to enhance your ass and da-da-da-da-da. And then she turns around and starts putting on fucking eyelash enhancer. Why are you trying to enhance shit if you're so happy with yourself? Hey, OCHO, Ocho. She comes on here judging people. Yeah, on the daily. That's what I'm saying. She built an entire channel based off of just going into community after community after community, judging people. But now everyone else needs a hobby? Like, do you live on planet Earth? No self-awareness. I'll fast forward through it a little more, T. And I'm gonna get off here. She said they come out all uneven. Maybe you're not doing it right.
Anyways.
Is my man cheating on me? 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 Wanna live in the world where all your
Anyways, guys. I love. Somebody said that the new thing is that people love the black screen, apparently. Well, cool. Then we both love it. I've been here for like a little. I'll stay for like another half, and then I'm gonna get off. Damn, it's only 9. Regular eggs into art. That's amazing. Lately I've been listening to like the rise of and like the Sumerians and the Akkadians, and like masculinity is disappearing.
To mitigate and
provide
compared to the generation before us. So yeah, I agree. I am Gilbert. I'm 24 years old. And I'm a conservative man with my beliefs. But I do think that the good aspects of masculinity are definitely under attack. But I don't think that it's disappearing. It's just being
look at it because a lot of the traits can also be embodied in women and femininity. So when we look at masculinity, I think that we have to also look at what is the actual definition of femininity and being powerful.
Oh, Buck Angel's on this panel too.
They feel as if they don't need men, which I think is the problem.
Yep, that is the problem.
Men design by God, in my opinion.
Tatum
Made
is so handsome.
100% correct. There are different phases and people are experiencing it different ways. The feminist movement is, I think they
Men feel empowered than women, but I don't think that women's empowerment comes from having a man or not having a man. So why is
men are to lead their families. And men who do not display that, I don't believe that they are men, in my opinion. And all of the qualities
society that has kept the human race and got it to where it is today? So just like aimlessly throwing out, we're just redefining what it is to be a man. That's not just like a light subject that we should be
Yeah, and this is why I don't like the erasure of women either.
talking about. But why do you say the same? Why do we have the same thing for men? My child sees me as a man.
there's proper ways to be vulnerable, right? You don't have to.
Honestly, I can give you an example. Obviously, with COVID, there's like the mask mandate, right? So I have to tell customers.
Chat room who you have disdain for, who did nothing for you, commenting on her parenting and how she makes money. It's pathetic and sad. And quite honestly, it's beneath you. But here you are doing it. That's embarrassing. I'm just kicking it with people that I like. I'm sorry that you came uninvited.
Black men, privilege looks way different for me because if I'm walking down the street, then I'm seen as a threat by police, by women, by anybody else. Being seen as a man is where my privilege stops and where everything else begins. So I don't see it as space in that, and I totally respect your opinion on that, and I believe that that is true. Male privilege are very different. So it's hard to see the other side because you've never lived it. The difference. I mean, maybe sometimes. I'm not saying it's never happened. Right, but women are targeted by other men. I think women have less of a safe space.
I disagree. Men don't have a safe space. If you go
predatory, and I've seen it because I go to clubs with my friends who are girls, and I have to tell the men to literally.
we can't even be the next Supreme Court justice.
But you know, again, in a society that is so seemingly level, more level than ever before, why to be a female? Now, many people do, like you just said, believe that sex and gender are one thing and you can never change those. So that was way before you see any of this stuff, and I had to acknowledge my biology, right? That being
change reality, and then therefore it changes on the children, and all of that becomes everybody in the country can get on that same page. I think we'll see less division.
I've noticed in a lot of the trans individuals that I've met, the older generation who had it a lot harder in society to be accepted is a lot more willing to have the conversation. We didn't have social media. I didn't have cell phone.
Well, that was the end of it, T. Sorry. Side note, though, Lisa Stewart said in her chat, if you live in America, you have privilege. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I believe it, though, T. I believe it. You know how I said earlier when we were going through it, it sounded like it was cut up, but she has her live chat. I'm not sure if on like the Prism side of things, you can edit and then upload it with the chat still. I know, I think for StreamYards, if you edit the video, the live chat doesn't come up. So, I don't know. Like I said earlier, though, it was like super chopped up and didn't make any sense. So I think she did edit that, which I don't know why you would say some shit like that and not stand on it, but you know, we're talking about controller. So anyway, I've been on here far too long. I appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out. We're going to have some more lives about shit like that. I'm going to have to go back into the chat once it uploads and see exactly what Jonathan was talking about. I think he said something about Antarctica, maybe. I'll have to go back and look, but we'll definitely do different type of shit. We'll try not to mix it into the same live, but that was still a good time. I don't care. Maybe we can do both at the same time. Who gives a fuck? It's all a shit show anyway. Thank you for coming through, Lady Bathory. You have to get on panel one day, like soon. Yeah, it's been a wild time. We've gone down some rabbit holes, laughed at controller a little bit. Yeah. Good night, y'all. Thank you for coming through, NorCal. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll see y'all soon. Have a good night. Oh, by the way, mwah. That's my shit. Don't you try to take it.